trap feed, gotta have it. Reno and Stu, real plastic crack addicts. Toy trap, toy trap. Toy trap magic. Trap beat slamming while I crack that package. Fresh paint apps got a grown man bragging. Chef game nasty, each pose cinematic. One review deep, now y'all whole team tapped in. Collecting ain't a hobby no more, it's a habit. Welcome to the toy trap feed, gotta have it. Reno and Stu, real plastic crack addicts.
6 Element of Hip Hop.
Here we go. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the Toy Trap, talking toys with the boys. I'm Reno, the plastic crack fiend. I got my brother Stu Dog and Raw Talk coming through in the building. We appreciate every single one of y'all for hanging out with us tonight, man. If you're watching live, make sure you're in the chat because tonight is one of those shows where your opinion is going to matter just as much as ours because we're talking about G.I. Joe Classified, but not maybe in the way you think. Because for the last, 6 years, I think we've been asking the same question, right? Who's next? What figure next? What's the next reveal? Are they going to complete the original 13? Who's the next character? But I think we kind of now reaching that point where the conversation has to change because, and that's a dope thing, I think, Stu, because I don't think Classified is slowing down. I think it's changing phases. I want to be clear, this is not one of those doom and gloom, Classified is dying shows, because that's not what I believe. In fact, we think that we're entering a new era of Classified. I just don't think everybody realizes it yet. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh man, made up characters. What are you talking about? Reno Headman, repaints. Listen, no. Talking 80s nostalgia. Let me cook. So if you've been online lately, you'll see people saying things like, the line is slowing down. They've already made everybody and nothing psychs me anymore, right? And I actually understand why, people feel that way because but I also think they're looking at the line through the wrong lens because tonight I want to see if we can change that perspective. Stu, have you noticed that conversation lately? Seems like every reveal these days is somebody saying man, who's left? We didn't fill the whole 80s roster. Have you been seeing the same shit?
Oh yeah. All the collectors said, all the YouTubers said, but at the same time, all the YouTubers and collectors, they influence each other. They're trying to influence us, but they influence each other. So
I think the vehicles is the next era of Classified. I think the figures are done. I think, Ninja Force is okay, but it's almost done. Halfway, whatever. But that's 90s stuff. For us, and I know everybody's different, but for us from the 80s, we kind of feel like that excitement, that hype is gone. Because when it was fresh, we were getting the characters that we loved and that excited us. But what we haven't gotten, and what we've only gotten a few things of, is the vehicles. Just a couple, small handful of the vehicles. And the HasLabs, which we thought was over. This might be different. So I think people forget how insane this line felt though back in 2020, man. Especially if you came in late, or if you're younger or whatever. Because if you think back to the first wave, right? They announced Classified. We were excited, we saw, we were like, okay, this is some new versions of G.I. Joe. Cool. They're doing the 112 thing. Oh yeah, these are dope. And we have spent our whole lives collecting these little 3 3/4 inch Joes. And now somebody was saying what if we made the Classified figures look like the Joes that you had in your back in your day and how they felt in your imagination when you were a kid? Because really that's what Classified is to me. It's like them figures feel and look exactly the way they felt and look in my hand when I was a child, when I was a little kid with the 3 3/4 Joes. It's because you're bigger, and so the figure gets bigger in detail, that's how I imagine them. I did not picture when I was a little kid. I did not think it looked like this. To me, it looked just like the Classified Chuckles, and so 6-inch scale, loaded with articulation, great accessories, premium detail, at a price that at the time felt unbelievable for what we were getting. People complain now, bro. Remember, Stu, what we always used to say, this is the best line for the money, period. Period out there.
Yeah.
And, it wasn't just another toy line. It brought people back into collecting. I know people, grown men who hadn't bought an action figure in 20 years, came back because of G.I. Joe Classified. And it wasn't nostalgia by itself. It was nostalgia upgraded. It felt like somebody finally had made the G.I. Joe figures that we'd been imagining since we were little kids. And that's why this line exploded the way it did at the time that it did. And I know I'm not the only one. Stu, what was the figure that pulled you into classified when this was that joint?
Probably, when they, you know what? It was Gung Ho when they
Retro
made
Gung Ho.
when it was Gung Ho when they retroed him.
Yeah, buddy.
That first wave when they brought out Snake Eyes, and they retroed them, because you got to remember when this line came out, they were like futuristic looking. That was their
Mhm.
push for it. They sat in a room and some young hip guys was like, oh yeah, grew up a little bit on GI Joe, let's make them like this. But when they came out, the fan population was like, these are cool, but what do you think would happen if you made them like this, like they were back in the day? And they
Mhm.
listened. That's what blew their lineup. It wasn't the
Yep.
corporate office, it was us. We were the ones like, if you make them like this, we'll buy them. We'll buy every one you make. And they were like, really? And since they love money, which we know they do, and that's not to play them down or anything, because we all do. They were like, well, wait a minute, let's do a few. And that's what they did. People don't realize that. They did like what, 4 figures?
Yeah, the
And they
retro
and they
card back line. Yeah.
right, and they flew off the shelf. When they did the retro this and the retro, and they flew off the shelf. They couldn't keep them on the shelf. People were like tripping over each other trying to get them. So then they knew they had something and they stuck with it.
Yep.
And they stopped the futuristic look, because remember, we had futuristic Gung Ho, we have
Yep.
futuristic Roadblock,
Duke.
we have
Yeah.
futuristic Duke, and we have
Scarlet.
futuristic Scarlet. And when they changed them to the retro cardback look, oh, and don't forget Stalker. When they made them in the retro cardback look,
Right.
or they made them look like they used to look, because remember they made them like they used, and then they came out the retro cardbacks. Those really flew off the shelf because people were like, "Yo, make them exactly like with the package and everything." That was us. They listened, and
Yeah.
so now we're asking them, give us some more vehicles, the smaller ones. We're asking them, give us
All of them.
more
Big ones,
drivers.
medium ones, all of them. I want big
Yeah, we
ones for
want them all.
HasLabs. I want medium
Yeah.
ones for pay to order, and I want little ones fucking just on the deck.
And if they listen, like they did the first time, they're gonna have they'll make enormous amounts of cash. I mean,
Yeah.
even with the Sky Striker, as big as it is, if it was me and I was a corp, I'd be like, find a way to make it.
Find a way,
I'd be like,
bitch.
find a way to make it. I'd be like, matter of fact, I would do, me personally, I would do like a small run. I'd be like, make about 10,000 of them. Let's see if they sell out. And I would make it. And I would make it dope. And I'd be like, and if they sold out, then I'd be like, give me another 10,000. And I would
Shit.
just keep pumping them
Yep.
until I can
Even
sell them.
5,000, even 2,500.
Yeah,
Shit,
even
but regardless, they would sell out. That's the thing. There's never been a classified HasLab that didn't fully sell. There's never, I mean, nothing. No, it's classified as just banger after banger. And now, but yeah, I think is it like, because I want to start the conversation out with something that may be a little controversial. But hear me out, because we're gonna look at all the vehicles that need to be made, that could be made, what we think will be made. You know what I'm saying, and all that tonight. But I think before anybody's, I think, G.I. Joe classified collectors, we've become a little bit spoiled.
Mm.
Because it's like I said, best line for the money, everything was amazing. So they jacked the price up a little bit, a couple $3, and we go bananas, ape shit, and that's fine. Like, money is tight right now. And so, I don't even mean, and I don't mean spoiled as an insult. I think it's the natural result of what Hasbro has accomplished over the last 6 years. Is 6 years now? I think about where we were in 2020. Stu Dog, be right back. That reveal after reveal after reveal of iconic character just blew our minds, and every live stream was like Christmas morning. Every convention was like another piece of our childhood was coming back to life. And basically we weren't just sitting there like, oh yeah, the paint apps, the paint apps could have been better, oh, look what they did here with this weapon, no, we were just sitting there like, I can't fucking believe they made this character in 6-inch scale. Like, now fast forward to today, because somebody reveals a figure that would absolutely have broken the internet 4 years ago, But now people would say, it's kind of mid, or it's cool. Like, okay, it's cool. If Iceberg came out back in the day, we would have fucking been when in the heyday. Are you kidding me? So that doesn't necessarily mean that the figures got worse. It might mean our expectations got higher, or when you've been fed filet mignon for 6 years straight, and they, now all the cows are gone. Eventually, chicken don't quite land as good, or even regular steak, right? We need Kobe. So that's not the steak didn't change, right? It's because our standards changed. So Stu, like, do you think like we've become harder to impress now than we used to be?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I mean, it just says everybody. It's just a certain group of people who just speak a little louder online than everybody else, and they're the ones that that set this standard. But when you ask around, most people are okay with what they got. They're cool with it. They ordered it. They got it. Is it the best thing ever that they ever ordered or whatever? No, but they're pleased with it. So we have to stop setting that bar so high. That's another thing I go to too. If you don't like what Hasbro's making, make it yourself. Make it better. If you think you can do it and make it better, start a campaign, Kickstarter, and get it started. Get it, and then you'll see how easy or hard it is. Because we already have people that's printing up 3D printing these vehicles, and
Right.
Hasbro don't like to lose no money, so they're gonna start putting them out because if people are buying these 3D printed vehicles, then that means there's a demand for them. And if
Yeah.
they put
Well,
out an official one, people will buy it.
and you got guys that have done just that. What you're talking about, Grindhouse Toys. He said like, damn, like I want it to be like this. Now you can get any vehicle you want. Looks like real military metal. You know what I'm saying? Lights and all that if you want. You know what I'm saying? Gridiron, rather. Gridiron Studios. You know what I'm saying? Even Vala, even Bobby Vala did what he felt was better. So you can do that. That's true. That's true. But I
But that's
mean,
the point. People don't buy it. Like that's it. That's the thing that kills me. They'll complain about it, and then somebody will answer the call. They'll be like, I'll make that job. I'm gonna make it, and they make it good. People still don't buy it. People be like, they're like, it's all right, and they still got to complain. Can't please everybody, man. You can please some of the people some of the time, but you can't please all the people all the time.
nah, nah. And here's another thing I've been thinking about lately, right? Like I keep seeing people, online saying that the line is ending or slowing down, and I don't think that's what's happening at all. I think people are confusing finishing with failing, right? There's a huge difference, right?
There is.
If you stop and really think about it, right? Hasbro has been checking off bucket list characters at an incredible pace over the last 6 years. The original 13 are now complete with Flash, Zap. You got everybody's in the joining the lineup, and then the classic, the classic 80s characters that we've wanted pretty much done, save for like maybe 10 or whatever. So for the first time since the line started, we can see the finish line. However many are left of those 80s figures are going to be peppered out slowly over the next few years as they fill the gaps with repaints, made-up characters, and vehicles. Vehicles.
Vehicles, yeah.
Think about how we're going to look tonight. There's so much more than vehicles, too. There's the little play sets, the little things you could, little, what you call it, and little wind-up things they had for just all kinds of shit, right? So much, checkpoints and all that cool stuff that still can be made, that still needs to be made to fill out them shelves. And while the figures were coming, I think people assumed, okay, well, this is cool. And, oh, wow, they did a vamp. That's insane. Oh, wow, they're doing HasLab. But vehicles are just kind of out of the question at this scale. That's why they made, that's why the smaller ones were small so they could make vehicles, blah, 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 blah. Well, that's because parents were only going to spend so much on a toy. Now you got grown-ass men willing to spend thousands of dollars on statues, figures, whatever, the HasLabs, you name it. So at this point, the sky is the limit. They can make everything, and now they actually are. According to reports, the HasLab is back, so no more, we thought no more HasLab ever. It was just this year, apparently. BMAX said at the con that HasLabs will be back for 2027, where we can sort of, see it and everything, and we'll actually get one again in 2028. So HasLabs continue, big vehicles, medium vehicles, the small ones, the play sets, all that stuff. We're gonna look at all of it tonight. You know what I'm saying? But for the first time, I think, now that we can see it finishing, it's not really a bad thing because it's a great accomplishment. My shelf is now full. It now looks like the roster. Like when we were first starting out and I was building up the shelf, I was like, man, when is it gonna look like that lineup? When am I gonna feel it? It's there, bro. It's there, bro. If you got all the figures that they've done since they came out, bro, it is there. You can look at that fucking lineup and you see your childhood in 6-inch form, and it's great. Because 6 years ago, none of us honestly believed that we'd be sitting here with this much vintage roster on our shelves by this time. So when did it hit you that you were actually getting close? When you saw, was there one reveal when you were like, oh man, we're almost there now? What was the last one you were really like, man, this is the last one I really wanted?
It depends. Like when I first, like I said, when I first saw 'em, I was like, all right. And then when they came out the retro, but Shipwreck, once I knew they was coming out with Shipwreck, I was all in. I'm all in.
Yeah, Shipwreck. That was your guy. But that was early on, so you were happy right on. You were happy pretty
I was
early.
dug in. Then we got Alpine and Bazooka. Then they came out with Sarge. I mean, we got like 6 Sergeant Slaughters. I'm
You got almost all of them, except for the one that I had as a kid, the mail away one, which
the mail away one.
they'll be doing it. They'll be doing it soon.
Yeah. And then they came out with Tomax and Zaymont. That was dope. I mean, like, there's nothing I can really complain about, man, about the line and what they did. And eventually, you're right, they're gonna run out of characters because they did them all. Once they do them all, then I think personally, that we're gonna start getting a lot more made up characters as the line goes on.
Yeah,
and
we
if
will.
they make them dope, and if they make them dope, I'll buy them. I'll buy the made up ones.
I'm here for the vehicles from now on. Like for me, that's they can keep making all those made up characters, and I know I know most collectors are going to continue to buy them all just like you, but I think for me, I'm going to start focusing on the vehicles now. And that's what Hasbro's going to do too. So that's what I'm saying. Like now that I've got everybody I wanted as a kid, EGC, what up? Now that everybody's here, like, I think I don't know, man. I don't know if that's going to happen. That would be dope because apparently I heard that they were still doing the other HasLabs too. So, but yeah, I mean, what's happened over the last couple of years? We got the Vamp, we got the Stinger, the Thunder Machine is happening, the Triple T is happening. We've been talking about the Fang, we've been talking about the Water Moccasin. More vehicles are already in the pipeline, as we know, and so BMAC has confirmed that HasLab is expected to return in 2027, even though delivery would come in 2028, and that's pretty. That's a big signal. I think then that larger projects are still part of the long term. To me, that's not the end of classified. That's the beginning of the next chapter. So if I told you, Stu, that tomorrow Hasbro would announce that they would never be another classified figure, but they were going to spend the next 5 years just making vehicles, would you still be excited?
Yeah, 100%.
Completely at this point. I have all the ones I need. There's some more I want. Version 3 Snake Eyes would have been great. Dress Blues Gung Ho, for example, Salvo, whatever. Lots of characters that would be great to have. But the ones I needed, like you said, you got your Shipwreck. I got my version 2 Snake Eyes. I got my hit and run. I meant my version 2 Storm Shadow. I got my hit and run. You know what I'm saying? I got Budo. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy, bro. So at this point, if they just started giving me all the vehicles we never got, which that's what they're going to be doing now. So I'm happy, bro. I think it's great. That classified is now hitting this new era, the vehicle era. And the timing matches up, and lines up with what we've been hearing, right? BMAX said the HasLab is expected to come back with, continuing to fill out the schedule with the made to orders, the additional, vehicles releasing in the meantime. And so that tells me that vehicles aren't just the side project or the bonus anymore. They are now a major pillar and a major focus of the line because they know that's what they got to do now to keep us. People are like falling back. Like, what are you going to do now? Or a lot of people haven't even realized that it's just that the figures have all been made. People think classified is failing. Oh, it's dying. Lenny left. Now it's over. No, they just did all the characters. Like, G.I. Joe was a finite thing. It had a certain amount of characters. Once they were all released, you know, what did you expect?
That's true.
Thank
No,
God,
it's true.
you know, imagine if they had just given us, waited till now and then just started doing Tiger Force and Python Patrol and all that, just like, Profit Director is in the building.
I think
How's it
I
going,
think
fellas?
what's going on,
What's up,
Prophet?
buddy?
What's going on? I think that they put out the waves and the lines in a very timely manner. I think they did a good job at putting them out. Um, and I think that the pace, I don't have a problem with the pace that it. When I was a kid, it seemed like it took forever for these joints to come out, or for them to bring us new figures or new lines, because we would hear about it and you'd be like, damn, when's it coming? But
Yeah.
we already know all the figures, we know all the characters. They put them out in a good time frame, man, and they did a good job at it. It's like what, 200 something characters or something like that. I don't know. It's up there. But
Right.
they
Well,
put all those out in like 5 years.
on that thing that you guys were talking about when I jumped in, that's been their MO for a long time. Right. What they do every time they start up an GI Joe Real American Hero ends, then they start a new unit, right? And they make
Yeah.
Duke again, Scarlet again, Snake Eyes again, Roadblock again. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
Yeah.
every time they reboot, it's the same characters. Transformers is guilty of the same problem, right?
Mhm.
Every
Yeah.
time they come up with a new line, we got to buy a new Optimus, a new Bumblebee, a new Starscream, a new Megatron.
Yeah. Then they make them better than the last ones you bought, which is
Right.
which is like damn. Like now I gotta get this one. I already got another one.
Right. And the only time that I've only done it 3 times with GI Joe, because there've been a lot of GI Joe that I didn't get back in on because it wasn't my GI Joe. Right? Like I didn't bother with GI Joe Extreme. I didn't bother with Valor versus Venom. I didn't bother with Sigma 6. Right?
Right.
So for me, it was original over Real American Hero. Then I got back in for 25th anniversary, because that was my Real American Hero, better articulation, better web gear and stuff, guns that you could actually take out of holsters. And then now
Right.
back for Classified, because, again, they improved on the versions of the characters we love.
It's true.
Exactly.
true.
And yeah, so I mean, that's cool, that we, and we got those and and I think, like I said, now that they're getting ready to do vehicles and stuff like that, I wouldn't mind for also the play sets. They can create dioramas, they can create stuff to make the shelf better, dope stands, figure stands, all kinds of, more like I've seen somebody with a rocket for one of these that it's like the jets come down to a stand which is made up of like cloud smoke, so it's like it's taking off from the ground and it's a stand. Like, let's start doing shit like that. You know what I mean, Hasbro? Joe
Right.
D
Well, I
Town
don't
said
think we're
he said I would like to get a retro card, Storm Shadow, Zartan, and Snake Eyes. Just started collecting Joe's 1.5 years ago, so never got those. Don't want to pay third-party vendor prices. I mean, D Town, you know what it is, man. Just keep, hold out, man, and hang out in the community. Eventually somebody will have something for trade, and you could always do it like that. You know how it is, man.
right.
I agree
And
with
and they're showing us that they're not against re-releasing stuff. We got the
Right.
Range
I was
Viper
getting ready to
back.
say that.
We're
Yeah,
getting the
yeah.
Vamp again, and I know they know that Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow on the retro card are in high demand. So it wouldn't
Absolutely.
surprise me to see a re-release of at least those two, probably that whole wave, because the Zartan's expensive too.
Yeah.
Very-
Yeah. Well, before we look at the vehicles and stuff real quick, speaking of what, they do have for figures, obviously Headman, the Headhunters have been confirmed now for classified in the pipeline. Headman is, the organized crime boss with the pinstripe gangster suit. They already made the Synapse character with his body, pre-use, right there. And so Headman's, he'll have a new conflict centered around Sundown, the cowboy character that they put out, which was a made up character to fight Headman. So instead of Headman coming out first, they gave us Sundown first, then they gave us Synapse with Headman's chest, and then next they'll give us Headman. That's how they want to do it. So their designs have aged well to fit, you know, the military action figure aesthetic, I think, now better than when they first came out. And so they do have the potential to become one of the, you know, bigger troop builders, you know, with the headhunters and stuff. The headhunters are actually pretty cool looking. So they
Right.
those are in the pipeline.
Well, you know, and one thing that they've been mentioning, like there's a phrase they use in every single live stream that they put out now, and that's world building. And that to me
Yeah,
exactly.
says that the play sets are not out of the question. The bivouac, right, that's coming with the Snowcat, I
Right.
guarantee you, after that Snowcat releases, they're going to announce that bivouac in its original jungle color, sold like by itself or with a figure, right? But it
Yep.
won't be, you know, we'll be able to get it without getting the HasLab, is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
It just won't
Yep.
be the Arctic version.
Right. Exactly. And speaking, I'm glad you brought that up. Speaking of play sets and world building, the 1982 Cobra Missile Command headquarters, Sears exclusive. It was a piece of cardboard, basically. And I don't know who remembers this. I personally do not remember this when I was a kid. I didn't know they made this.
Like, well, here's the funny thing. I'm actually making this in 1/12 scale right now.
See, that's what I'm talking about. And they could do that, you know, out of plastic instead of paper this time. But that would be, you know, that would be a HasLab. What if they made this all 3D, bro? That would be insane.
Man, how much was that back then? Damn.
I don't. There wasn't a lot. Like
this thing was under $20. I think it was
Yeah.
like $15.
it was 3 figures basically is what you were buying. Cobra Commander, a new trooper, and a new officer.
Man,
Yeah.
I never seen that. I never heard of that joint.
Yeah, well, this I
imagine how much it'd be worth now if you had one in mint because they were made of paper. They'd probably be worth a lot more.
They're like $500 sealed in box. But
Yeah.
this was originally a
No.
Sears exclusive, I believe.
Yeah, it was a Sears exclusive. That's why I didn't know about it. And so it is what it is. But that's one of the things that
Yeah,
we've
I'm
never
actually
seen.
making that right now in 1/12 scale, and what I'm doing is I'm printing up the entire all the imagery on sticker paper, and I'm slapping it onto that corrugated plastic card. It's like
Oh
8
yeah,
inch
yeah.
corrugated, so it'll be on plastic. So mine will be sturdier than the original.
Yeah, that's a good
But it
idea.
will
That's a good
look
idea.
exactly like the original, but bigger.
Right.
Man,
Yeah, that's a good idea.
yeah, this is a good idea. It's a damn good idea. But you gotta have it.
Right.
So,
the
a
hardest
lot of
thing
people-
about it was scaling it properly because I had to rescale all the separate pieces so that they would be properly scaled with classified figures.
Yeah. All right. So let's see. I think the most requested vehicle right now, let me see where we're at for HasLab, would definitely be the old Mauler.
Right, but it's Cobra's turn.
Is it?
Right.
Oh,
the
you
last
mean
one
for a
was
HasLab?
Yeah. The last one was the Snowcat. So
This is true. So the Mauler kind of, you know, one of those essential vehicles though. It is the most like requested. There's other what do you call them, companies making one, but there has been more recent Cobra focus made to order releases. The Mauler's kind of scale though. The figures would be included with it. The final price would have to, you know, would be crazy. But you know, tiers would be dope. Fills a major gap in the lineup. Definitely an essential Joe vehicle.
It is. It really is. I can't see how they didn't make it. We ain't got it already. We should have had it 2 years ago.
and
Yeah.
Heavy Metal's like the coolest looking tank driver they've ever made.
Yeah, he's dope.
Yeah, he is.
Exactly. Fiddle Chips, what up?
But yeah, my pick if they go Cobra with the next HasLab, my pick is the Hydrofoil.
Oh yeah. So that's definitely a huge something people have been wanting since Classified started, and would be an incredible HasLab.
Yeah.
Right.
It
This
does
would
have
be
a
worthy of a HasLab. This size wise is what a HasLab should be.
yeah.
Yeah,
What do you think, Stu?
I love it.
That's it.
No, 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 I love it. I mean, this is like, listen, I'm gonna keep saying we should have had these vehicles 2, 3 years ago.
Choice, obvious choice.
It would be a dope choice if they did it. And as a HasLab, they'll probably throw an extra figure in there and some other stuff. But I think they should do it. It's not going to look exactly like that. They're going to modernize it, but I think they'll do a good job.
Right. Because the thing is, the water moccasin, that's not an open ocean vehicle like this is. The water moccasin's a swamp vehicle.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, and there's a difference. And there's a difference.
All right, so let's just go by year. So year one, the vehicles, year one, let's see. We'll call that 1982. And from that roster, we have the HAL already on the way. We have the MMS already. We have the Vamp already. We have the Ram Cycle already. We need the jump pad. We need the flak. We need the missile command, and we need the Mobat. Out of those, I think the jump pack thing is a
yes.
sure bet. They're going
We
to do
should have
that,
had that.
for sure.
Because
Well,
they gave us the
they
jetpack
actually-
guy.
Well, they're going to do it. Yeah, they're going to
They
do
gave
it.
us the
Well,
jetpack
they
guy. He should
actually-
have just came with that.
Yeah, they're
When
going
they
to
gave us the
definitely do it.
jetpack
Well,
guy,
when
he
they
should have just came
release
with it.
this, they will release it with Grand Slam again, but it'll be the silver Grand Slam instead of the red one.
Silver Grand
Right.
Slam be dope.
But they've
Yeah.
already mentioned the flak. The flak has already been mentioned that they're going to make it.
Yeah.
So,
See, they could have gave us
yeah.
that with the jetpack guy. We already got the jetpack guy, and Reno
The
swapped his
flak
head out.
cannon,
Yeah, we
like
got
this
the-
is such a simple thing. Like they could put this out, and this should be cheap. This shouldn't be more than $40.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is
Right.
bigger than the HAL, right?
No, this is way smaller than the HAL.
Is it really? It looks bigger, like side by side, the way they got it, but
No. Well, if you look at the HAL and how the driver sits in the little chair on the side,
yo, there,
the
yeah,
flak-
that's right.
Yeah, the HAL
it's-
is small,
The
yeah.
HAL's much larger.
Yeah.
Much,
And I had a
yeah,
HAL.
much smaller.
Yeah, I had a HAL when I was a kid. Oh, they're small.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
best
that'd be
Christmas
dope.
of my life. I got the flak, the HAL, the jump, the MMS, the Vamp, and the Ram all for Christmas.
We had a good Christmas.
That was my Christmas 1982, best Christmas of my life.
I was getting ready to say, yeah,
I
it
was
would have been the
9
best
years
Christmas
old.
of my life, too. Mm.
So, doesn't Ace from Ramen Toys have a Mauler? Yeah, he does have one. And you know, there's lots of third-party vehicles of all these vehicles that we're talking about tonight. There's a lot of them have been made, but I think, like, bro, for example, customizers have been making vehicles. Third-party people, 3D printers have been making vehicles for a long time. It's like, and then they do the classified version, and we hope that it's going to be better, but it's usually not going to look, you know, as much as, you know, like someone that does this, they're putting, you know, hundreds of dollars, you know, into the creation and all that time, painting and all that. Hasbro's not going to put out a toy 4 and up that looks like this, unfortunately, and that's what they do. These are for 4 and up. That's right, guys. We are buying toys for 4 and up. That's Hasbro for you. So whether they know who's buying it or not, they're still putting 4 and up on the box, which means legally they have to do shit that is conducive with a 4-year-old and up. So that's why shit doesn't look like this coming from Hasbro. But you can find the shit.
Right, like that's like what it would look like if Joy Toy made it for the like Acid Raid line.
Right. Let me let Stu back in here. All right, and then And so that's 90. So for 82, we're pretty much good. The Mobat is the one, and I don't think we're getting the Mobat and the Mauler. I don't think that happens right away. I think over time though, maybe, yeah, if classified stays going long enough, we eventually do see both the Mobat and the Mauler, but not at first. I think they're gonna pick one or the other. And the Mobat's a real
Mobat's the one
possibility
everybody
because it's
keeps
a little
talking about.
smaller. Well, it's
Yeah.
a lot smaller,
Well,
and that
Right,
makes it a
right.
lot more easier to make.
easier to make.
Well,
Yep.
yeah, I was because this was my guess. If they make a Mauler, it's a HasLab. If they make a Mobat, it's a made to order.
Exactly. So we're talking made to order versus HasLab, and that's
People,
where
and
you
people
gotta.
keep asking for the Mobat.
Oh yeah.
I think because when the Mobat came out, I think I had a Mobat. I got one for Christmas.
Well,
And
Mobat was the
Mobat was
first year.
good.
It was the first one of the first vehicles. Like
It was the first, yeah.
yeah,
it
the
was.
Ram cycle, the Vamp, like that was
Yeah, I still have
revolutionizing.
an original Mobat with the straight arm steeler, complete.
Man.
Nice. The fuck is that? So 1983, we get the APC, we get the Fang, we get the Hiss, we get the Dragonfly, we get the Falcon, we get the Flamethrower Pack Rats, we get the Machine Gun Pack Rat, another jump pad, we get a Headquarters Command Center, and that's where shit got real. We got the Missile Launch Pack Rat, we got the Polar Battle Bear, we got the Snake, we got another one of the gliders called the Viper this time with Cobra logos, we got the Twin Battle Gun, we got the Wolverine, and the motherfucking Sky Striker. So the Sky Striker would be the biggest shit they could make for a HasLab, I think. I don't expect anything bigger than this ever. I don't expect ever to see a Flag or a Defiant. I don't want to be honest. I don't want something as big as my fucking door to get it in my house. Like, come on.
Right,
Like,
right.
but
Something that-
if
wait
they
a
make
minute.
make
Wait a
1,000, make 1,000 of them, and make it a
But wait a
collectible.
minute.
And let the people
But see,
have at it.
that's to
I'm
me,
not
that's a
rich
cop
enough.
out. That's a cop because they made
I'm not rich
Metroplex.
enough.
If they made Metroplex and Triptychon, they're huge. They were, I mean, they were
Yeah, but
big.
how big were they?
That's one of the biggest ones they ever made. It's like one of the biggest Transformers they ever made.
Yeah, but is
Well,
it
but here's what you
7
have to
feet?
consider.
Yeah, one of them is like
The-
3 feet. One was like
the
3 or 4. I
Metro-
think
the-
seven.
I think Metroplex is like 3 or 4 feet. They could do it.
The
Okay,
biggest-
just 7
so they're
feet. Just be
halfway
7
there.
feet.
Here's what you have to consider, Stu. The Metroplex, the biggest version of that is 4 feet tall, right? The USS Flag was 7 feet long at 3 3/4 scale. It would be over 12 feet long in classified scale.
No. I'm not talking about the flag. We'll never get the flag for classified. That's. I mean, if I'd be smoking something. I'd be smoking something really good if I thought we was gonna get that.
I
Or
think
if
the
we could even
Sky
do that.
Striker is possible though.
The Sky Striker is possible. That's what I'm saying.
For sure.
Oh,
If you
well,
can
yeah.
do Metroplex or Triptychon, you can do a Sky Striker.
So the
That's just
Rattler's
how I
slightly the Rattler is slightly scaled down, I think, and I think if they slightly scaled this down, but scaled it up, but scaled it down, you know what I mean? Like it's not
Right.
quite as scaled out, but just enough, and it would be, dude, it'd be fine. No one would complain.
Right.
And-
Like if they went F18 scale instead of F15 scale, it would be. It would.
Yes,
probably
it would be.
There you go.
Yeah, I think, but I think they can do it. Like that's my point. My point is, I think it can be done. I think that they can engineer a way to make it happen, and people
Oh
would
yeah,
love it.
the Sky. No question about the Sky Striker. I was saying the Flag they couldn't make.
No, the flag, no. No, you gotta be smoking something really good to think that they could.
Right.
No.
Although I would like to see the tactical battle platform as a HasLab, maybe.
Well, so the Sky Striker, that's the big nut right there. That's
Yeah,
I
that
think the
is.
ultimate thing. They did make a Sky Striker HasLab, but it was fucking 1/3, 1/18 scale. So fuck out of here. All right, so 1983, Headquarters Command Center. Wow.
I think it could be done. You can scale it down.
Well,
it can be done.
Yeah,
You
I think this
section-
is
make it
entirely
sectional.
doable.
Made to order, yeah.
Yeah, if you just put out sections and let people get, collect them all and get what they want or whatever they can fit. But I think if they put it out as
Well-
one piece, I think people would buy it. You got collectors.
Well,
you got guys that got a whole. Listen, my neighbor has a whole train and set in town in his damn basement. So yeah, they can make it. Somebody will buy it.
Yeah, so look, you can fit the dragonfly on it. You could fit a vamp in it. You could fit a Mobat in it, and then you still got enough room in here for another Mobat and another vamp. That's how big this thing is. So, how do you think they would do this?
I
Profit.
might have.
I think this thing. I think it would be mildly scaled down, but I think it would still wind up being about 4 feet across, about 3 feet deep, and about probably 12 inches high. Because this original one was only like 7 or 8 inches high.
Mm.
Yeah,
But
it would
yeah,
definitely
I
be
already
scaled down a
have.
lot.
I've kind of like slowly been collecting pieces for this over the years because I want to build one out of pink foam. But I bought a
Yeah,
3D
3D printed.
printed jail cell for this and the
Yeah.
computer console, and they scaled perfectly with the classified. So I have like an estimation of how big it would be. This thing would fit on like a 6 foot by 3 foot table. And that's what most people are operating on, right? They get like, one of those 6 foot folding tables for their basement. They do their setup on top of it or whatever,
Right.
and that's the type of space this would take up. But it would be, segmented like this is, right? So your center section would probably be about 2 feet by 3.5 to 3 feet, right? Then you've got your like 1 foot by 2 foot sections for the vehicle compartments on the end, and then probably like a 15 by 15 inch helicopter pad.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, I agree, Monkey Dave. The Night Raven is so that's I mean, we'll get to the Night Raven in a second. That's my favorite. So what up, what up? Oh, G Suplex 4859. What up? Welcome to the show.
Oh, you run the cherry.
What up?
Yeah.
So here we
If they-
are.
Yeah, if they do it, I mean, at this point you can't complain about the size. The figures are what they are. The only thing you gotta do is you gotta have the real estate to do it.
So what do you think? Okay, so APC, right? APC.
Now that might be a little too big, man.
Too big? What?
No, I'm not saying you can't make it, but I'm just
Could
saying
be.
like that's gonna be big because how many troops did it fit? Prophet?
Like
How many
16,
people-
I think. 28,
Yeah.
28, 28.
Right.
So-
Well, yeah, the seat sections were 8 across each seat at the back. So it was the seat
16 in the
sections
back.
facing each other, and then another 8 down the middle standing up because it
Yeah.
had the pegs on the floor.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then you got two guys in the front.
in the front.
It says
yes.
right here, holds 28 GI Joe soldiers. Holy shit.
Yeah, this thing would
Yeah.
be like 3.5 feet long.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. How tall would it be?
Probably about a foot tall, to be honest.
Yeah. That's
Like
huge,
I would
man.
say, a Joe standing next to it. All right, do you see that compartment between the first and second wheels, between the middle wheel and the front wheel?
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
door right here.
Right, like that would be a little bit smaller than a character. Like a character standing next to it, the head
Right.
would probably come to that hinge at the top of that door.
Well, here you go.
Yeah, look at yeah. That's
Imagine
Right.
classified dudes in the back of one. Ha.
Yeah, so
But it
like
would be simple
like-
to make. Like there's no guts to it. You don't need a
No.
whole lot of fucking shit
No.
inside. You know what I mean?
that
You know,
could be
there's
made to
lights
order.
and whistles. Very
Yeah.
simple. You do the
Right.
tarp, something cloth or something, cloth goods. Oh my god, canvas tarp
Yeah.
would fucking be bananas.
Right,
And that could be
but
made to
my
order.
My one request would be make sure the hull is watertight, so it's amphibious like it's supposed to be.
Ah, there's a
Yeah.
good point. Now, man, which would be asking probably a lot, but technically, why though? Yeah, they could easily do it. You pop some wheels on a boat. That's it. Look at this. They got the black one. You got the
got the
wow,
Night Force joint.
1987 to 94.
Yeah, there were a lot of variations on this one, because this vehicle got made for the British version too.
Really?
The what was it, Action Force?
Christmas 1983, boy.
Nice.
Been a real one since
Ah.
day one. The APC right there.
Yeah, because they made a Brazilian release where the camouflage was slightly different colored. They made the solid green canopy, and then they made the like I said, the Action Force release. And the Action Force release, the interior on the back was different because they only had the seats down one side. The other side had like a hospital bed and a computer station.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Where
And
you
I've
at?
only seen the original one. I've never seen the other ones until the internet. But
Oh yeah, they got Night Force and shit, I think. Yeah.
yeah, I've never seen the other ones. That's the only one I've ever seen, the original. And when I was a kid,
Yeah,
Josh, a kid of my name was Josh. But he used to get everything. He had it.
Hmm.
He'd bring it out. We play with it, put all the Joes in it, push it around. It was a
oh,
good
we
So
time.
used
there
to we
so
used
if
to
we
do
look at
this.
my bad, go ahead, buddy.
Me and my buddy Don, in his backyard, he had a swimming pool,
No.
and over the swimming pool was a clothesline that his mother would use. So what we would do is we would take a Joe, put him over the clothesline, like between his legs, and launch
Mm.
him up into the air, and then try
Right.
and get the APC to be under him when he landed in the pool. Try and get him to land in
Oh,
the
there you go.
APC, you know.
Right, right. Now, if we look at the way they've been doing the figures, or we look at the way they've been doing the vehicles, like I just said, we got pretty much 82 out of the way,
Yeah.
save
Right.
for the Missile
Black
Command and the
Panther's on the
MOBAT.
way.
No bad. Yeah.
Yeah, Flax on the
Yeah.
way. We already got a few of them. We got the Vamp, the Ram, the MMS, and the HAL. You could already say is in the bag. So the Jump, the Flak, and the MOBAT. Missile Command may or may not ever happen. You know, probably not, but
Right.
would be
Especially
cool.
since it wasn't like a mainline release.
Yeah, it was a silly thing anyway, and you couldn't really play with it. It was
And I have to
definitely
say,
just for looks.
For 83, my number one most wanted vehicle from the whole of 83, it's not what you think. It's not the Sky Striker. It's that Cobra Fang helicopter.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's what I
I was
said.
gonna,
want the,
I was gonna say
want
either
the
Fang or the Polar Battle Bear, but yeah, the
Yeah, I
Fang
want
is
the Fang.
definitely
I
a
want-
Fang.
I want the Fang super bad.
God, I want at least two Cobra Fangs, man. At least two.
Yeah, the Fang is official. That's mandatory. And
Yeah, I
and
do
and
want the
scaled. Look at how tiny it really was. Like it was not. They don't have because there's a 3D printed one, right? And I
Mhm.
feel it's too big. I don't want it to be like in a big ass helicopter. It should be
No.
almost like something that they're riding on. Almost, it's tiny,
Right.
It's a gyrocopter.
like a
essentially,
fucking
it's
go-kart.
Exactly.
It's a gyrocopter, like-
gyrocopter.
Yeah, it's a gyrocopter like the one my man had in Mad Max. It's not
Exactly.
big at all.
That's
No, it's not
basically
big
a
at all.
lawnmower engine on the back of that thing.
Exactly,
much,
a
yeah.
lawnmower. It's like a fucking what you call it? Yeah, like a go-kart. Remember we used to make go-karts out of lawnmowers back in the day?
Yep.
Yeah, I remember.
But yeah, it does. It's literally called the gyrocopter. So that's my only gripe. That's why I never got the 3D printed ones because they were always a little too big. I hope they do make it small like this, like just a little thing to ride in. So small, bro. So tiny, bro.
Yeah, I have one original O-ring version of this, and I have two of the modern
yeah.
versions of it.
I'm gonna definitely
wow.
get me an O-ring one. Yeah, I gotta get an O-ring one.
Yeah, I got
Uh-oh.
it over.
Oh shit! Let me turn the sound off. See if we can get a shot of the Fang. No, that's the Dragonfly.
Do it. Oh, Dragonfly. Yeah.
There's the
There it
Fang.
is.
'80s commercials, fool.
You gotta love it. Yeah, look how easily
Oh,
that
yeah.
little kid is holding it by the tail with one hand.
One hand, yeah, and then a couple
Right.
fingers.
And those
Yeah.
are little kid hands. They're not adult hands.
No.
And you can't play with this shit. Let me show you. These HasLabs. Hold on. Like this is the Dragonfly. That's just half of it. It is massive and super heavy, bro. And this is the smaller one, the fucking Rattler. Forget about it. You can't do nothing but set these things up and hope they don't fall over.
Yeah,
Right.
leave 'em alone.
Even if you want to photograph them, you need to have a large enough space to get
You
them
need
completely
space.
in the frame.
Yeah, you do.
You
Yeah.
know, because most of what I shoot, it's on the table in front of me, and the camera is
Yeah.
on the table because I want the camera close enough to bring it, us into the action. But
Yeah.
with something like the Dragonfly, the camera would have to be on a tripod 5 feet away from the table.
Exactly. And yeah, so I mean, but the Snowcat though, I expect will be a lot more fun because you can maybe roll it around or move it somewhat and do something with it, which would be cool. Hinder, I see you. I'm gonna get to you in a minute. We're gonna get to that. Doing the Fang, yeah, they did say they were doing that, so that's in the pipeline. I want a small, easy to assemble and ditch. Yeah,
Yeah, you're right.
that's it. Bang. Look how tiny that is. Little thing, little gyro. And it says right here, fully armed Negator gyrocopter with movable rotor blades and cannon. Does not shoot. $4.57, my guys.
Come on, man, you can't beat that.
Oh yeah.
When I was a kid, I should
That's
have
all
had
I
8 of
want.
them.
Make the
joints.
vehicle.
Right. And another thing, back then they weren't afraid to like give us a piece without figures. Right?
No.
The Fang did not come
Yeah,
with a
right,
figure.
right.
The
No,
Battle
it
Bear
didn't.
did not
Nope.
come with a figure. The Whirlwind Battle Gun did not come with a figure.
And the Fang and the Battle Bear, and this is stuff that we could potentially get, not even made to order. The Fang, the Battle Bear, it doesn't even have to be
mainline releases. They should
like the
be
Vamp,
on
like the
shelves.
Vamp. Yeah, they're smaller than the Vamp. Like,
right, because this is way smaller than this should be released the same way the Ferret was.
right, the fair. Thank you, the Ferret, the Ram Cycle, exactly like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
sure.
give me a retro snow job. Oh my god! Fucking just throw a retro snow job in the box. That'd be
Right,
crazy.
That'd be a way for people to get Snow Job now that he's like $200 on the secondary market.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I got mine when he came out, or I wouldn't have it. Like, bro, we're so lucky to have been with Classified since it started. And I hear a lot of guys, they just came into it a couple years ago. They still got to hunt down all this shit that we got. And I'm not to brag. My point is saying that, we are spoiled. Like, we do have everything. Like, they did give us everything. At this point now, it's definitely time for the vehicles, and Hasbro knows it. That's all they got. So I think this is definitely.
I consider myself fortunate that my only classified regret so far was passing on the RetroCon Snake Eyes.
Oh yeah, I've got a few passes that I regret big time. Some of the retro stuff, like I was like, oh, the retro Storm Shadow, he doesn't look that different than the fucking one I already got. I'll pass on that one. Boy, was I an idiot. And then you got Zartan, same thing. Like, so when the retros didn't look that different, I passed. And so it's a lot of retros. That's what I need.
Yeah,
I need retro Snake Eyes. Yep. No, I think I got Baroness. For me, it's Storm Shadow, Snake Eyes, and Zartan. Those are the three I didn't get. Those are the three hardest ones to get.
They are. And the retro Baroness is another one that's pretty scarce.
I didn't really mind missing the Storm Shadow because, like you said, the regular release was almost the same figure.
Yeah.
I didn't mind missing the Zartan because I got the other two, and I kind of took the first release of Zartan and the Master of Disguise Zartan and mixed them into one really great figure.
Yeah, I mean, if you were able to get the Master, you're great. Which that's another one I didn't get because once I got the first Zartan, see, my thing is like I know a lot of people just started. I just got serious around here. I don't have a hiss because I wasn't that serious yet about collecting toys. Like I was still more of a comic guy. And about the time the Dragonfly, like right before the Dragonfly, I was like completely transitioning to toys. And no question, I was getting the Dragonfly, and I've had every HasLab since and everything since. But like all the stuff before that, like around the Hiss tank and like those Master of Disguise, the Snake Eyes with all the weapons and shit, I saw all that as shit I didn't need because like I already had one that pretty much represented it. And now, as that I'm more, want to get the better, I think the better versions are the ones that I skipped, and I'd rather have those better versions. But it is what it is. Like I'm not like I forget who said, I think D-Town, I'm not gonna go spend 2, 3, 4 times the retail price on it either. I'll wait if I ever get one. If I don't ever get one, cool.
Yeah, and in this, in this game when you collect them, you got to be cool with it. If you miss it, you just miss it. And hopefully we release it. But to go in the secondary market and put somebody's kids through college by paying for it, I'm not doing that. The prices are too astronomically high. I'm basically paying for two of them for the price of one. And you gotta start saying something. Why would I do that? Why would I pay Zartan's what $27? Why would I pay $60 for them or $100 for them? It doesn't make any sense. I just
Yeah.
wait for a re-release, or I try to catch somebody slipping on Facebook or something. Where they,
Right. Like I've seen the his tank for as little as $300, which is basically what it was originally.
right, right.
And Carlos Salinas, he said, I skipped the second Major Blood. It wasn't different enough. I did too. I'm not as mad about that. Like that doesn't bother me as much because I really still don't care about the second Major Blood. I still think the first one was better.
Agreed.
You know, whether you know, at least just with all the red and stuff, that I think they fucked it up. But that's just me.
Right. They should have just gone with the original retro look of it.
That's what I don't understand.
You know,
Why would you change it even more than the first one from being retro? It's less retro.
Just give us that shiny black chest plate, the brown jumpsuit, you know, and nothing else would have needed to be changed. You could have just given us that, and we would have been happy. But you know,
Beautiful.
as it stands, that first Major Blood is a fine figure. There's nothing wrong with it, and I think it's a superior figure to the second release.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I know. And Stu, you got the second one, because you missed the first one. So I'm glad they did the second one.
Yeah,
it's good if you
definitely.
don't have the first one. Yeah, but you don't need it if you have the first one.
Right.
Now,
It's
if
like
I would have bought
retro
the first
one-
Wild Bill, right? The
Now, if I'd
retro
have bought the
Wild
first
Bill.
one, yeah, I would have never bought the second.
You got the bill, you said, Stu?
Yeah, I got the bill because I didn't
Yeah.
get the Dragonfly, so I was
You
happy.
get the
they
Dragonfly,
bought-
so you got the bill. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm happy they bought out
Right,
Wild Bill.
exactly. You get that. That's what's great about that. You know, because if people didn't get the Dragonfly, now they could still get a Wild Bill on the retro card. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And,
Like, I
you
think-
know, like that Steeler and Short Fuse 2-pack. You know, because up to that point, I was like, how the hell are we going to get Steeler? They're not going to make a Mobat anytime soon.
Right.
And
Put
then
him
they
in a
put him out in the
2-pack.
2-pack with Short Fuse. And I'm like, oh, well, great. At least I got a Steeler.
At least you got one, yeah.
Now they got it. Yeah. So we got the Hiss, we got the Dragonfly. Those are two big ones they made. Out of this thing, they could do the Sky Striker. They could do the APC. They could also do the Wolverine.
Yeah, I think the Wolverine would be on vamp scale. Right? Because the
Yeah.
Wolverine was a pretty small tank.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
the
made to order right
look,
there.
Look at how small. Yeah.
Or not even made to order, like
Not
a
even made to order.
a
This could just be
yeah.
that- yeah, this is the same $110 price point as the Vamp and the Stinger and all
Vamp.
that shit. Yeah, it's
That's a fucking
That's where
vamp.
we're
Yeah,
at
that's a
with it.
vamp. And that, bro, how dope would that be, bro? I would love. And listen, this isn't pipe dreams anymore, you guys. That's why we're having this show tonight, because this is now the new era of Classified. I'm so excited about Classified now, like I was in the beginning. Around June, not so much. Right? June, we were all feeling like, damn, this is what we got. Like, this is really where it's come to. And I saw grown men crying, bro. Like, they thought it was over. Not only is it not over, I think this is going to be one of the most exciting times. Because, no, I
Right.
can't fill my house with 10 giant HasLab-sized vehicles, but shit like this, I can't wait to get this.
Yeah, they can scale that.
right,
You're
right. And there's
Easily.
another
That doesn't
tank.
have to be that big. Yeah, it
Similar,
doesn't have to be.
yeah, there's
Right.
another tank similar to this the following year that I like even more than the Wolverine. But we'll get to that
Talking
when
about-
we get there.
You talking about this one? The Lynx?
No, not that. No.
Oh, that's the Slaughter's
It's
Marauders
another tank
version.
that's the same size as the Wolverine. It's the same size as the Wolverine, but it's a completely different tank, and it's
Okay.
It's one of my favorite vehicles as a kid. But we'll get to it
Okay.
because I believe it's the following year. It's after this year.
Okay. Well, all right. So that's 82. That's 83. Bop. I do want to see one of these gliders, man. These gliders were dope, and it would be really cool and really easy to make. Something that you could really
We should've
fly,
been-
bro.
Right, we should have been got one of those. I don't know why they just didn't do them.
Make it out of foam or whatever, paper or whatever. I don't know what they make it out of. Plastic,
They were
sheet.
foam back in the
Well,
day.
I would imagine it'd be the same like foam they use in like
Yeah.
RC planes. right? Because our seaplanes, for the most part, are foam.
Right.
Yes.
You know, but yeah, it would have to be sturdier than the originals, man. You throw that thing once and it was broken.
That was the problem. These were definitely like they're hard to come by now because they were so easy to break. Most people did not keep them. I know a guy, Destro's Dungeons got one. I think he's got one.
Most people broke them.
He's got a couple actually. Yeah, most people broke them.
I mean, the reason to buy these was to get the extra Cobra Troopers, and the
Right.
reason to buy the GI Joe one was to have a tan grunt you could put in the Vamp Mark II with clutch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Yeah. So okay, there's the 10 grunt. Yeah, that's actually a cool extra figure right there. And you had
Right,
your
because
paper
him
joint.
and Clutch were the only Joes that came in that 10. It was just
Really?
Clutch from Vamp Mark II and the grunt with the glider.
Right.
Mm.
Twin battle gun, pack rat. What do you think about pack rats?
I
Should have
would
been got him.
love to see
Should
the
have been
pack
got him.
rats in class.
Should have been got him. Should have been got him. I think they were easy,
Yeah.
simple to make. They don't come with a figure. Simple. People that
No,
ate them up.
I think they should release the pack rats as figures.
Right. Well,
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
they-
in
yeah, they
that
were.
same price range. Yeah, because
Yeah.
what is it? Acid Rain right now has a thing like this where their figures are the same price as the little thing like this, and they're the same size as these. Like they would be the same kind of thing. Acid Rain has a 112 version. See, there they are next to the figure. I mean, they're really small.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
They're
I actually have all of these.
they're no bigger. Oh, the regular, yeah. Like they're no bigger than what you call hard balls, or not hardball, but fuck's his name? Heavy duties.
Yeah, that's about right. That's about right.
It's about what they are. Not much bigger.
Yeah. Or
Not much more.
or you could have just made them the original size they were back in the 80s. I mean, they were small. They were small assault
Hey,
vehicles.
look,
Man.
I like I said, I have the pack rats still, and I put them in with my classified because they're robots. They don't have to be big or small. They can be whatever
No,
size
they
we want
don't.
them to be.
When you want, right? And they probably look good. They probably look good with the classified. They probably look really good with them.
They do. I have the machine gun one and the flamethrower one. The missile one I kind of dissected to make Sergeant Schultz's bike.
Yeah.
I could probably show a picture of that. Let me see if I can.
I definitely had the pack rats when I was a kid. That was like right when I came in, I think 83. Really, it was.
Yeah, it could be done as a Build-A-Figure. You could bring out, you could make up a couple of extra ones. You ate them
Tommy
up.
Little Armory, yeah, Tommy Little Armory. That's dope. Scrap Iron's rocket launcher is basically a pack rat. That's a
Thank
good.
you.
Yeah,
That's
right
a good
on.
thank you. Who
Spot
was that?
on.
Thank
BX
you.
Petty,
Carlos-
Carlos
yeah, thank you,
Salinas.
Carlos Salinas.
There's,
Yes, it basically is. You're right.
There's Sergeant Schultz on his bike with the missile pack rat as the weapon array on the front.
I like that. That's dope.
Yeah,
Yeah, I customized the Batman bike to make this bike.
there's your pack rat. I mean,
Yeah,
that's all they got to do.
I bought Scrap Iron 3 times so that I would have 3 of those drones.
Nice.
Yeah.
It would be cool to paint one up like green and orange and make a little custom pack rat out of it.
And incidentally, the Scrap Iron figure themselves, if you take the web gear off of them, it's just like a blue jumpsuit. So that's
right.
what I made my Kaz and Bruce figures on.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
I can see where you made that out of the bat sucker. That's dope though, man. That's a dope little cycle you made, man.
Yep. BX Medic, what up?
It was a fun custom to do.
It looks really nice. I like it.
All right. Let's hit it. 1984. Let's keep it rolling. Here we go. Bang, 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 bang. We're going to get through all. I say it goes up to 89, and that's where G.I. Joe stops, but that's just me.
I'm a completist up to 86, and then I'm like, okay, I'm mellowing out here.
Right. Everybody has. So the swamp. So we got the chameleon already. But
and I have the original as well, complete. The only thing I'm missing from this set is Zartan's fucking thigh patch.
Classified should have made it
Oh,
look
that's
like
a
this.
3D printed one, huh? That's nice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was nice until the fucking handlebar broke off. But yeah, yeah. Dope, dope, dope. Shout out to Mark II Designs. He got them shits on deck, bro.
You know, a nice way to fix that handlebar there. What you do is you take a paper clip and you cut a little piece of it. You heat it up and then you press it into the bottom of the neck, and then you pull it out so the hole is there. Now it's like a pegged post. Then you do the same thing up into the handlebars, and then there'll be a peg in there reinforcing it, right? And then you hit it with a little UV resin, and it'll be stronger than it was original.
Yeah, but how are you gonna get a paper clip inside this brittle 3D printed plastic shit though?
Well, you heat up the paper clip till it's red hot, and you just push it into the tip. It'll
Oh,
make a
okay.
little hole.
That's actually not a bad. I had to cut a little tiny section of paper clip and superheat it till it's glowing hot, and then fucking take some pliers and fucking. It's actually
Right,
not a
right.
bad
You
idea. It's
get-
better
you
than
get
super
the-
glue.
Right, you get the paper clip red hot. You press it in there and it makes a hole. Then you do the same thing to the handlebars, and then you cut a little piece of the paper clip to be like a two-way dowel.
Right.
One end goes into the base, the other goes into the handlebars, and then you seal it with some UV resin, because the UV resin will connect to the plastic it's printed in.
Eddie Munson. Yeah, exactly. That's a good idea actually. I will definitely try that. Damn sure we'll try that. The Chameleon, so yeah, pretty much got the Chameleon already. Let's go. 1984 vehicles. The Asp.
Yeah.
Do we need
see,
an asp?
I think we do.
Nah,
I
people
want-
have,
like
the
the
ass?
ass. People
I
like
have
the
an
ass when we were
O-ring
kids.
asp,
Yeah.
and it's something for the stinger to tow, right? Because it's one of the towable vehicles.
That's
Yeah, it
right. Yeah, it's got the wheels on it and shit. Yeah.
Right. And incidentally, I also have what I call the ASP 2,
Uh-huh.
which is another custom thing that I made. But I made it out of the Lightyear plasma drill thing.
Yep. It says here the Asp was made to be towed into battle by the Hist.
See, there's mine. It's like that plasma drill. I painted it Cobra blue and slapped some Cobra decals on it.
Okay.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, that is dope. Yeah.
Right. I bought 3 of these. 2 of them got this treatment where they were blue and they were the ASP 2, and one of them got painted black and it has the weather dominator on the front of it.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
That's dope, bro. You got the whole weather dominator for the 1/6 scale.
Oh hell yeah!
That's another
That's
thing they could give
fire.
us, the weather dominator. Oh, we
Yeah.
ain't got the weather dominator.
We could get it. I
Get
mean,
it.
you need a good piece of asp in your life.
Yeah, we do. We could have got the Pyramid of Darkness. We could have got those. And you're gonna bring us the Fatal Fluffies. You might as well put the pyramid. You might as well
Yep.
put those boxes with them for the Pyramid of Darkness. You could have made them.
And there's my weather dominator one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. I like that.
Hang on, you got the weather dominator piece from the
Yeah, from the 25th anniversary Build-A-Figure shit.
yeah. Good idea. Yeah, that's
And
cool.
it fit in the front of this thing. 0
Yeah.
alterations. I didn't have
That's
to
even better.
cut anything. It just went right into the tip like it was made for it.
Yeah,
That's even
yeah.
better.
That's what she said. But yeah, I like that. That's dope. The asp though, like, what the fuck is this? Who is this? A real military thing?
It is not.
Who
No.
who would ever put themselves in a cage, lean
too big.
forward?
It's too big of a target. Number one.
Right. You're gonna be the target right there. Look at him. Look at him. He
Well,
just
you know, Cobra is
shoot
not
me.
known for making vehicles that keep their people safe.
that's true.
I mean, look
That's
at the
true.
trouble bubble. Their legs are literally
Right.
dangling under it with no pedals or footholds or anything. They're just dangling.
Dangling, yeah. I mean, this was just a cool idea somebody had, and they put it out. We went for it. We were like, man, look at that. And we got it.
Right. I'd be happy to buy one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't start thinking of the realistic applications until we got older. But as
Nah,
kids,
we didn't care about that. But shit.
Yeah.
So
Now,
1984 is
the
a,
water moccasin is another one that could just be vamp scale.
well, I think
$110
that's
with a figure, and that's it.
yeah. And it's inevitable. We're definitely gonna have the moccasin soon. I mean, we already got, Copperhead, like, so, and out of this year, like, we got a lot of it. We have the chameleon, we have the claw, we have the rattler, we have the vamp, we got the Vamp Mark II now. I definitely think the water moccasin and the shark are no-brainers now that we have Deep Six already in Copperhead.
Right. Well, especially since they've already
Yeah.
said they're making the shark.
Yeah, they're
they're definitely gonna make the
we're
shark.
pretty much confirmed on both. I've so you can be guaranteed this is definitely coming. Because again, tonight we're not. What's special about, I think, tonight's conversation is that before, when we used to do these, it was all just about, pipe dreams, like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if they made this vehicle, blah 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 blah. No, tonight these are the vehicles that they're making now. This is new. Like, this is the new era of classified. This is what we're going to be seeing a focus on. They're going to lean into these vehicles because there's just no more figures to make that we give a fuck about. And they know it. They know it.
Yeah. And another thing too, when you think about it,
And this is tiny.
you can't
Look how
do a
tiny this was.
Yeah. And some of them you just can't do HasLabs with. That's why,
Right.
that's why the decision to go with certain ones as HasLabs is genius. Because you can't do a HasLab for all of them.
Yeah,
It would
literally
take too
no
long.
bigger than a vamp. This is
Yep.
the all striker on the water.
Yeah. It's super tiny.
Yeah, it was small when we were kids.
Little ski thing comes out.
I remember that. I had one of those.
Yep. This is one of the first probably vehicles I think we
That's one of
got.
the first. It's one of the first ones I had.
There we
So
go.
the
That's a better
Mobat.
picture.
Mobat was the first vehicle I had. That was the first
I'll
vehicle
look
I
at
ever had.
Yeah. Well, that was the first one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I didn't have this as a child.
No?
Because here's the thing. My buddy Don, his mom and my mom, they conversated about it because Don and I were really into the G.I. Joes this year. And our parents decided that Don was getting all the Cobra and I was getting all the Joe.
Oh,
So Don
Jesus.
got this, but I got the whale.
Oh, there you go.
Mm.
And this definitely could just be, pre-order, not even made to order, just pre-order. The whale is a HasLab.
That's
And honestly,
Oh,
yeah, and
absolutely.
I think it's probably the
You know,
most.
if you just click the back arrow, it'll take you right back to the page. You don't have to go through all the drop-it menus every time.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I'm kind of doing two websites because I'm juggling between 3D Joes and Yojo.com because Jojo.com does this where I can see them all in one page and look at them all. Then I hop over to 3D.
3D
Okay.
does it too.
Where?
All right, so if you go into 3D Joe's, hang on, let me bring up 3D Joe's real quick so I have it on.
Because if I click vehicles and I click 1984 overview, it does this. And see how they pop up?
You don't want to do that. What you do is you click the very first drop down, the G.I. Joe. It says the G.I. Joe yearbook visual index of vehicles and play sets.
Right.
And that shows you the box art, and then you just click on the box art.
Okay. So similar. This just shows you the actual toy. All right. So, but yeah, so
yeah, this thing is 4 feet long, easy.
Yeah, this is way bigger than. So yeah, I mean the snowcat's about to be the biggest one we've ever had. You see how small it made the his tank look?
Yeah.
In those photos.
It did.
Yeah, it does look bigger than the his tank.
It is huge.
It's a lot bigger than his tank. So yeah, but this I think would be because the snowcat was a weird thing because it was the classified version is made more based on the scale of the one in the cartoon, which was huge like this with Joe's all over it and shit. But when we got the toy version, it was scaled way down to like the size of a Vamp or something with a little 2-seater vehicle. But when you watch the cartoon, it wasn't no little 2-seater vehicle. It was a big ass tank like thing, and there was like 10 fucking Joes all over it, and they would stand next to it, and it was way bigger than them. But the toy one, a Joe was damn near as tall as it. So it was, and that's why everyone was like, oh, it's too small for a HasLab. Well, they scaled it up, did the cartoon version for the HasLab, which is why the HasLab is going to be massive, and could be something closer to this, not this big, but close. When I see these 4 Joes on it, like that's, I mean, you're going to easily fit 4 Joes on the Snowcat just like that. Probably, but I think they said 8 or 9 could fit on the Snowcat. So
right. Well, there's 2 in the front and then 6 in the troop carrier in the back, apparently.
Yep. And this thing could hold a bunch of guys inside.
Yeah, there was a space for another 6 dudes inside of it.
Yeah, I was
So
giving
this
you
thing held like, and 1 on the escape sled. So this thing held
And
like
the bike.
And the little
It
bike
came with the little mini bike. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That, a lot of people forgot that mini bike. We used to slide out of that bitch. I had the whale too. That was one of the first shits I had too.
Yeah, the whale was awesome. The first thing I lost were the depth charges.
For me, it was probably the bike.
I was down by the lake, like dropping depth charges in the water.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah, they had the little depth charges, little barrels. They were like, right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Damn, they're not gonna show the barrels on here. I remember those.
Yeah, they were opposite the bike. The bike was on one side, the depth charges were on the other.
On the other side. Yep, you're right.
Yep. Wherever there's trouble, G.I. Joe's there. Look at all that shit. Damn, the resolution is so bad. We used to watch this on TV, not giving a fuck how bad it looked. We could see it all, visualize it. It didn't look this bad to us back then. There they go.
Yeah, there it is.
Taking a little dump.
Our eyes were used to that. Damn, look at it.
Our eyes were used to that, bro, because I swear, like, it didn't look to me like it was blurry.
Now we watch everything HD now. So
now everything is HD. I can see the motherfucker's double.
Yeah, anything 720p and under, we just look at it like, man, that's old.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny is I was actually researching how to make a working hovercraft. And apparently there's a nice way to do it with like a leaf blower engine. Right? So you make like a wooden platform, you take like a big rubber inner tube, you poke holes in the bottom of the inner tube, and then you cut a hole in the wood and have the leaf blower blowing down into the inner tube. And
is that the one they used to put in the comic books? You know what I'm talking? Remember in comic books they would have a little, you could buy a hovercraft, but I know you couldn't really get a hovercraft, but it was designs to make one.
Maybe.
You ever see that shit? Y'all ever see that shit?
Yeah. Because remember they made one on the 18. They made a nice hovercraft.
But like I watched one video where the guy actually built the thing and it held his weight. Like he was able to sit on it. And
yeah, I'll pull that shit out right now. In any old comic book, bro, look in the back. It shows it's like they had 3D, they had X-ray specs.
Yeah, I remember that.
How to build a little hovercraft. Yeah, sea monkeys, all that shit.
All that, yeah.
Yeah, this could be the ultimate HasLab right here. This could be probably the biggest thing they'd ever make.
Right, and it would be like
if they don't do a skyscraper.
Yeah, it'd be like
a skyscraper. People would pay for it. I really think
people would buy it.
In terms of
I really think people would buy it.
Real estate, this would be bigger than the Sky Striker.
Yeah.
Like it might not be longer than the Sky Striker, but overall it would be bigger than the Sky Striker.
Yeah, it would have to be wide. Like, see how it looks here? How it's wide. It's short and wide. It would have to be like that to get a couple Joes.
Yeah, the inflatables would be massive, and I would hope that imagine it'd be some kind of rubber too. That would be cool if the inflatable was rubber and not plastic. Man, I missed a lot of comments. What happened to Raw Talk? A while ago he was like, I'm almost there. Shit, that was like an hour ago.
He got held up. Catches the train.
He on the train, man. He trying to get from New York. But yeah, Cobra, yeah. The whale was my white whale from childhood. Never had one. Hell, I have a whale found. I'm saving up now for finally drop the classified. They have. Speak of the devil.
Speak of the who?
Speak of the devil, and he shall appear.
Yes, in all my infinite wisdom that amounts up to nothing in the larger scheme of things.
Raw Cam Doohickey.
What's going on, y'all?
What up? What up?
Just got in the whip. There was a wild little rush of rain and stuff, so I just got in the
Yeah,
whip.
I was thinking that too. Yeah, it's been raining like crazy today. Man.
Yeah, so now I'm heading home. Got in my whip.
So yeah, the watchtower over the porta potty, definitely, and like the checkpoint, like little stuff like that. Absolutely, that's what we'll be seeing now. Now that the figures are gone,
Even that missile command joint, they could have used that.
They still got figures. I was listening to y'all early. They still got figures, man.
There's a few.
They got a few hundred figures.
But when you talk about, well, I know, but you're talking about past 89. Like most of us Gen Xers pretty much went to 89 at the most.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people fell out like 87, 80, 88. So, but obviously G.I. Joe went on till 94. So there's a lot they'll still do. But for people like in June, where everybody was like, you know, when Yo-Jo June came out and everybody's like, oh, the line is ending. And if you look back at Yo-Jo June, we got more product, more figures than we got in the previous years. All the previous Yo-Jo Junes. It's just that we didn't give a shit about most of it.
Hey, and on top of that, check it out. They introduced the Action Man, the Action Guy now.
Yeah,
so
right.
That extends past 94. That goes into the 97 to 2006 era.
True.
You know,
which
that's where you get the black crimson guards.
Goes back to the
70s. I was gonna say Action Man goes earlier.
Yeah, it goes earlier, but I'm saying.
But this version was the one from was later.
You know, like I showed y'all earlier that I had the O-ring version of that.
The orange and black.
Yeah. So next when I have the different waves of troopers, because they got so many style of troopers. They got jungle troopers. They got all that shit. And then they also have different types of Crimson Guards.
Yeah.
Give you the ones with the removable helmets soon.
I would love a Crimson God Immortal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right. There's a lot of great, like it's I mean, there's so much cool shit that happened in the early 90s with figures that I still really want to see.
Yeah.
Given, you know, I don't want to talk shit because I know a lot of people liked it and everything. I feel Synapse and all that. I think it's a little early. You still need to be driving hard on them known figures right now, bro. Especially with Lenny leaving, bro, and shit getting wild and us possibly being like, oh, what's going on? You're gonna start hitting us with wild shit, bro. You need to fortify us this year, bro. They should have hit us with all the raw shit, like a couple fucking bangers, bro. But because they didn't, it just means that's proof that the way they're gonna be doing it from now on is sort of peppering out the few bangers they got, because they want this thing to go another 6 years, and they got to pepper those bangers out. There's not that many when we talk about bangers out of them next lines, but
I think they got hundreds of bangers. I just think it's how they tool them and how they hook them up, because they don't necessarily have to make them exactly like, and I'm talking from the 90s on up. They don't have to make them look.
They can modernize them. They can modernize them.
Color pattern and have some cool shit, you know?
Yeah, I would say salvo, repeater, ambush, recoil, like, you know, but don't make recoil's guns light blue, for God's sake.
Yeah, no. Muskrat. No, I want to see Muskrat too. I want to see version 3 Snake Eyes, which I still don't understand why we haven't seen yet. But like, there's a lot of, right. Fucking, there's still a bunch. I mean, you know, and then even like the ones like Fast Draw and Lightfoot and all those ones that Scoop and the ones we didn't like back then, which I know some people did, but the majority. But they will look great in classified. Just like, you know, I want to see the retro Psych out now, like.
Scoop,
but we'll never
on my list.
Yeah, because I think all that era, that one wave, that year, you know, with Chuckles and Crystal Ball and all those ones, like that year was not a popular wave with people, but all of those designs were amazing. They just didn't work in, I think, 118. I think they were better fit for a 112, and I think that's why Crystal Ball is like one of the dopest 112 classifieds. It was made for that.
I'd argue that Chuckles is fucking amazing too.
Exactly. But this was not so great. But it is what it is. That's just how.
Mm.
But
When I was a
to
kid,
some,
we thought Chuckles was
to some
dope.
people.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
thought
to some
Chuckles was
people.
Well,
dope when I was
yeah,
a
for
kid, but
me,
he
when
was
I was a
way
kid,
better as a classified.
Right.
yeah, when I was a kid,
Yeah.
Chuckles had a special place in my heart because I had the
Yeah.
Magnum PI car in 1/18th, but I didn't have a Magnum PI figure. So
Yeah,
Chuckles
right.
was my Magnum PI.
Yeah, I mean, I was so young at the time. I think for me, if it didn't have like a mask that resembled a ninja in some way, you know what I mean? Like it had to be edgy as fuck. Like this guy was. I was like, are you serious? I want ninjas. I want fucking, Cobra Dreadnought. I want crazy shit. I want badass looking shit. But that's just how I felt as a little kid. Now I look back and this is one of the coolest designs, one of the coolest concepts, one of the coolest characters that they invented. And I just it
Especially
wasn't
if you read
appreciated
it in
at
the
that scale.
comic books. In the comic
Yeah,
books, Chuckles is an absolute badass.
it's like James Bond and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, definitely. So I got to drop out on that one, but
All
I
right,
gotta
bro.
get ready for work. But yeah, Chuckles.
Shift change.
When we first saw Chuckles, I'll never forget. We looking at him on the back of the package. We were like, yo, like who is this dude? They
That
brought
was
him out.
Jamal's favorite, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
my
Stu,
man's
before
favorite.
you
Yeah.
leave, I have a
R.I.P.
question for you because we haven't gotten to my favorite vehicle yet, and I just wanted your opinion before we left since we haven't gotten there. My favorite vehicle as a kid, and it was mostly for world building, was the bridge layer. Do you
Oh, yeah.
remember the bridge layer with
Yeah, I
Oh, yeah.
remember the
Cruz
bridge
as the
layer.
driver?
Yeah. But see, you got that big part on top. How big could that be? Because you want to stretch
Yeah.
out a good distance, though.
Ramen
Right.
did one already.
Yeah,
Really?
that's Ramen did. Well, Ramen made the Mobat basically, and they made attachments so that you could turn it into either the Wolverine or the bridge layer.
Yep.
Because we
Yeah.
thought the bridge layer was a dope vehicle when I was a kid, too. We always thought that was cool.
Right, and the bridge part, it's basically because it's folded in half. It's twice the length of the tank.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Right,
It'd
but
be
yeah, I
huge.
remember we would dig trenches in the backyard, and then use the bridge layer. We'd put the hose at one end, so it was like a rushing river, and the bridge layer would come and like
Yep.
lay a bridge down so all the other vehicles could cross. Like, oh man, the
Oh, yeah.
playability on the bridge layer was like one of the most fun toys to mess with.
It was.
Yeah.
Because you find all kind of things to make a bridge to go across. We used to do it in the snow a lot. We used to bring it out in the snow and then make little, like you did. We'd make little fissures. And then put
Hey,
the
listen,
bridge
I don't
layer.
want to cut off the conversation, but I do want to get to this comment, like, because it was been a while ago, and it's been like 10 minutes now. But Jojo 610 Yo Joe Daddy said, so far, no vehicles from 82 to 83 in the 2027 line plan. Subject change, but can say at least one vehicle from 84 is currently on the line plan.
Mm.
Well, wait,
And
but
that's-
didn't we establish they said that the flak cannon and the Fang helicopter were coming? Aren't those 82 and 83?
Those are 83. But he's saying for 27. So maybe they make it 28.
All right.
I know that
Oh,
that's
okay.
what the word is, but
I think
Um,
they'll be 27. At least those two.
so but then I wanted to ask him, do you know what that is? That one you're saying, let's see.
Hey fellas, I'll be back. I just got to my house. I'll be on in a minute. I'm in the house.
All right, bro.
All
All
right.
right. Yeah, I got to drop out now, fellas. I'll catch y'all later.
All right, bro.
Have a good one, Stu.
Yeah, upscaling the water moccasin. I don't know. I think it's good. I think keep it the same scale just because it makes it affordable and makes it something we can get in between a big release and gives us space for a bigger vehicle to be a bigger release. That's why I
on
think it
top
should
of
stay
that,
small.
Another thing that was really unique about the water moccasin was once you put the driver inside, it was kind of like an F1 racing car. Like there was no room for him in there. It was like, you know what I mean? It was a very
Right.
tight cockpit, kind of
Right.
claustrophobic, and it like lent into like the psychology of Copperhead as a character.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Kind of like the Triple T did with Sergeant Slaughter.
Right, no canopy because he wants to just dive off the front of that thing into a gaggle of troops.
Right. Exactly. He doesn't need a canopy.
That
Fiston, what up?
the slugger there could easily be a made to order one. I could see that coming out for like 150.
Which one?
The slugger.
Oh shit. Bro, I forgot all about the slugger. Damn.
Yeah, the that's a dope ass vehicle.
That's yeah, that they could do that pretty cheap, pretty small. Yeah. That's a vamp size for sure. A little bigger maybe.
Yeah, just a little bit bigger than a vamp. That's it. Yeah.
Like a vamp pulling the MMS or whatever. It's like a bulldozer on the back and shit.
Yeah, this thing would be great.
Oh yeah.
I loved it as a kid. I thought the driver was cool. I liked his headgear.
They had it in 2 different years. One was mail order. Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, I had the mainline release, the camouflage one.
Oh, in 1991 they dropped the camo. That was a like a 91 release, the olive drab one.
Yeah, cool looking driver.
Yeah. What's his name? Thunder.
Yeah, the Thunder was my second favorite tank driver after Heavy Metal.
Right. Yeah, and you got a few things here like also battle accessories. This is when they started dropping these little joints which were cool to just kind of world building. Remember, that's what they've been saying, right?
Right, like accessory pack. You remember when they first did the accessory pack?
Right.
Like these things should come out with no figure, the same price as a figure, right? These things should be like $27.99, just like a figure.
Yeah.
You get a couple of tank traps, a machine gun, a sign, some battle stands. That's an ammo box.
A couple of guns. Yeah. A machine gun with the bullet.
And then you got the medium-sized ones that would be like $40, and that would be like the Outpost Defender, the Checkpoint, those.
Yep.
Bigger ones.
Battle Watchtower. You got the missile
Bivouac,
defense
I
unit.
see the Bivouac being $40 with no figure.
Ooh, this would be some fucking shelf porn right here. Some real world building. It's got the little brick wall. That's dope.
Right.
I forgot about all about this. Yeah, it's got 2 pieces too. The bricks. Oh, that's fucking dope, bro. Give me
and
that.
The little rocket launcher was cool.
Yeah. Hell yeah, a little crate. I remember the little crate. That's the stuff when I was a little kid that made it feel, that's what gave you the world building and made it feel cool was the little tiny detail stuff and yeah, we used to take, those the little pouches that go over a lantern, like little bags, like little zip it's like a little they were like little canvas little mesh bags. You put them over a lantern.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, we used to use them for like little duffel bags and shit. We used to get creative. Miniature shit was the coolest, man.
They had one of these sets was called the ammo dump, and it was just this big brown crate with a bunch of shit in it. And I have that, and because of the size of that crate, it scales better with classified than it did with the O-ring.
I feel you, Joe. I feel you, 610. Yeah. Water Moccasin in the Retaliation movie had 2 fans. Yeah, it did. Mr. Roper in the building. What up, Mr.? Said, hope everybody doing good in the chat, on the panel. Saw Viper Saw, 2 Thunder, pun intended. Yep. As of today, the 2 other mentioned are not on the plan for 2027. Fang and so no Fang coming next year. But and again, this show is not about what we're getting next year. It's about the fact that Classified is now kind of gonna have to transition more from little less on figures and focus more on the vehicles and the play sets and the other stuff, just because I'm sure that they've noticed how underwhelmed we were this year. And it's only because, like, I think we've gotten everything that was really exciting, all the big characters, all the big events. There's stuff left that will be exciting. Like, I think there was some exciting stuff this year. Maybe they didn't hit the mark on some stuff. I mean, that Coyote fucked them up pretty bad. They could have done better there. That would have changed a lot if that alone, but like it's a lot of good stuff. Obviously the Triple T was highly anticipated. People wanted that a lot. The Flash finishing the 13. We got a lot of stuff people should have been excited about, but just because it wasn't all exciting characters. Like back in the day, the previous years, every single figure that came out was somebody's favorite. This year, there was only three characters that we really wanted, and the rest were like, okay, cool, and then some were like made up, and then some were just like, really? So, but you know, we got some bangers. Some of the made up ones were great. Mr. Sarmata, bonus, like cool. That's awesome that they did.
I've definitely pre-ordered her. She looks
Hell
great.
yeah.
Yeah, and another one that was a name only release, that has me very excited is Hardball.
Oh yeah, Hardball. Yep, he's name only, so he's definitely next year. And yeah, Carlos Salinas said we'll definitely get in the bivouac too, because we're getting the snow one with the snow cat. They're just gonna repaint it. Give us the green one.
Yeah, I was saying that earlier. We'll get the jungle colored one, later in the year.
Okay, so he said he's seen the entire character line plan in 3 vehicles with more. Bro, we gotta talk, bro. How you gonna keep all that to the vest, man? You coming on the trap with all these goods, man? We gotta talk on the gram or something, bro. Yeah, dog. So I think 3 vehicles is a nice, and that's just what we know, right? That's just what he's seen, and then we've got what we know, and it could be a huge year for vehicles right away next year, but it's definitely going to be a vehicle era from here on out. Reno, I believe you're referring to the mantle from a kerosene. The mantle, right? Little mantle bags, right? I'd love to see the Fire Bat. The Joes had a version of the Fire Bat in the Rise of Cobra movie line. Oh shit! Now, the Fire Bat was the thing that came out of the Terror Dome, right?
Yes, it did get an individual release later on.
Did it?
And,
okay.
I own a 25th anniversary Fire Bat.
Okay. Yeah, I had the Terror Dome when I was a kid. But I had everything that G.I. Joe pretty much made because that's all I played with as a kid. I didn't fuck with Transformers or He-Man or no other lines at all. When somebody asked me what I wanted, it was G.I. Joe every time and twice on Sunday. So that's all I had, and so I did end up pretty much getting everything. Because my family would hustle, you know what I'm saying? My people were hustlers. We weren't rich, we didn't have no money. My pops worked at the post office my whole life. But my family is, hustlers, New York hustlers, and they would do their thing and make hand over fist money, lots and lots of cash, do crazy shit. Like that picture I showed you with me in the APC, that was a Christmas we had in the Poconos in the early 80s. My grandfather, he's a gangster from Brooklyn. He used to pop up telemarketing companies in different states and run a scam and hop out and bring hundreds of thousands back and treat the family and shit. But we all still lived in the hood and shit. So when I was in kindergarten, bro, I woke up to the fucking flag on Christmas morning, bro. It was the first thing that they got me for G.I. Joe, and that was getting that getting that at 5 years old. I don't think I had a shot ever being interested in any other fucking lines or toys at all. Like after that, I was G.I. Joe for life.
Yeah, that sounds pretty similar to me. For me, it was G.I. Joe till I gave up toys.
Exactly. Mortar defense unit, man.
Dude, honestly, they could just sell an accessory pack full of sandbags and I'd buy it.
Yes, dog. Like, bro, I would buy this so fast, bro. I want this so much. This is the kind of shit I'd be so excited about, is really, for me, this little stuff. Because here's why. When you go to buy this shit online, like I know people 3D print and they make all this stuff. Yeah, cool. But a barrel is $30. One barrel.
Insane.
It's ridiculous. There's no way I'm ever buying any of that shit. There's no way. Like, it's just, which I understand why it costs what it costs. I'm not complaining about the price, but for what it is, I'm not spending that when I know now that Classified's going to be doing all this shit. Imagine that barrel would be, $5 from Hasbro.
Right. I'll give you a perfect example. Short Fuse is my favorite character in G.I. Joe. I have personal reasons for that. Doesn't matter.
Right.
But I had gone online and went to Gridiron Studios bought an extra grunt figure, went through all the trouble of making my own short fuse, right? And then Hasbro releases theirs, and all that I'm using from Gridiron is the backpack.
Yeah.
Right? Everything else is the Hasbro. Well, and I switched out the body to the grunt body too, because short fuse should be one solid olive green. He shouldn't be two-toned like he was on the figure.
Right.
So yeah, I basically made my perfect short fuse. But the thing is, like I said, I spent all that money on that Gridiron shit, and then Hasbro went ahead and made one, that was perfectly acceptable.
Hold on. So I love to see. Oh, hold on. 610 said there's also a character coming with a type of small vehicle as a standard deluxe price. I say only what I'm allowed to. Very protective of my dudes. Keep seeing, so I can keep seeing early. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I have a theory on that.
Yeah.
Do you remember those like motorized battle packs?
Yes.
The little helicopters, the little line crawlers, and all that shit.
Yeah.
That might be something like that.
Well, that's because we're gonna get to those too, and those battle packs. Yes, I think those battle packs are definitely something that would come in like a deluxe. It could easily come with a figure for a deluxe price. But 610 did say that he said it was definitely an 84 vehicle. I was lucky to get a 3/4 inch figure. Yeah, no, and a lot of people and listen, that's how all my friends were. I was the only kid like around that I knew that ever got all the shit I got, and it's just wasn't because my dad made I lived in a house that didn't match the toys I had. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't. But my grandfather, I told you, it was. There's no other way to put it. He was a gangster, and he did what he did. God rest the dead. He's passed on now, but he did what he did, and he brought a lot of money in the family. He gave a lot of money. He was very generous. Every time he would get, hit a score, he would basically just give it to all of us, man, and especially the kids and shit. So, like, God rest the dead, like, my grandfather, but he made me feel like I was rich, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? We were poor, so I was definitely the poorest kid in my school. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it definitely fucking made me feel like I was rich, bro. Like with the toy shit as a little kid, bro. So I can't say nothing bad about that.
Right. Well, that's just good parenting, right? I don't mean like any whatever the means were that he got it. What I mean is, if a family is like struggling in any way, or they have less than they would desire to have,
right?
Not making sure that your kids are not aware of it,
right? That's
important.
I didn't. Yeah, it definitely was like that. Like when I was really little, I had no idea that we were as broke as we were. No idea. It was not ever talked about. It wasn't ever. Nobody ever. It was just a different time. You know what I'm saying? I've seen the 9 mainline retros for 2027. There may be some exclusive retro due to the 40th anniversary of the movie. Carlos just saying. Oh shit. Now I think definitely since we got Deep Six, this is a pretty good bet as for what that 84 vehicle might be. It doesn't need to come with a figure because we already got the figure coming. So this could be that 84 vehicle. I'm not gonna make 610 say, but this is a small vehicle that easily could go for the price of a vamp or less, whatever. It's a one-man unit.
If I had to make one prediction about the classified release for this, I think it will come with a figure, but what it'll come with is version 2 Deep Six, so that you have a Deep Six that fits in a normal size cockpit, because that deluxe one, not getting inside a vehicle.
No. That's true, but look how wide it could be. Like they could make it wide enough for that Deep Six. And he did say 610 said the vehicle is did not come with a figure. So if it's this, it wouldn't come with a figure. But if it is, if it's not that, this still could come with a figure. That's true. And that Deep Six, that second version, had articulation. He was more of just a regular figure. It's kind of like Ace.
Or they may even Deep Six without any suit.
Hey,
Watching us
Raw
all
Talk,
speculate
you got a
on what he
super
already
bad,
knows.
you got a real bad echo, Raw Talk. Hop out and hop back in. See if it'll fix it. Tristan said, I'm Australian. I've got more time for legit criminals than politicians. Damn right. Water Moccasin is my top guess for the 84 vehicle. Oh, so that's where I was getting ready to go next. So that's the other vehicle that is a we already have the figure for, and it's small. So it doesn't need to come with a figure, and it's small, so it definitely could fit that. Give me a mic check, bro.
Yo, how do I sound now?
All right, that's better.
Yeah.
Shit was wild.
Yeah, so the Deep Six thing, I know y'all went ahead, but they may give you a Deep Six without a suit at all. Plain,
Right.
plain Navy gear, and have them,
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, Raw, I know you remember Deep Six version 2, right?
Now you're echoing like a motherfucker.
I own them.
Damn, Prophet. Damn, now Prophet's echoing. This StreamYard, this has been happening, and I've seen this recently on other shows. StreamYard's been fucking up the mic. Y'all remember how my mic it was getting a bad echo, everybody was echoing, and then even when we went over to Kaz, this shit was echoing on Kaz's. StreamYard did not used to do this, dog. We never had this problem before. And I just seen, matter of fact, it was Baldy Locks and Punk with Toys last night was talking about this shit, talking about the fucking echo was happening and shit.
What's
But
probably happening
Prophet, hop out and hop back in. Let's see if that fixes it for everybody. And guys in the chat, let me know if anybody's echoing really bad. Damn, like that.
Yeah,
Now I gotta fucking hop out. I'll be right back. Ain't this wild?
it is Raw by himself.
Check.
Not anymore.
Yeah, I'm wearing headphones.
Yeah, it's not you, bro. It's the StreamYard.
Yeah, it's a
Say something, Raw Talk.
Yo.
Say something, Prophet.
Yeah, I don't know why it's echoing for me.
Damn.
Yeah, like I said, I've got headphones on.
Yeah, no, it's not your headphones. It's not you. It's fucking StreamYard, bro.
Yeah. What they doing, everybody's gonna complain about the echo, and then they're gonna send a memo out saying, in order to correct the echo, we have to upgrade the application, which means upgrading fees.
Charge us more and shit.
Yep.
Damn. But now fucking Raw Talk are man. I don't know what else to do about that. Well, this is another thing. So he did say something with the deluxe pack. So this is what I was thinking with the deluxe pack. Right? But it would probably cost more than a deluxe, but maybe not. Maybe not. It's a stick, it's a paper thing, but they haven't done anything like this yet, so it would be cool, but this was 84 Stalker. I don't think he came with it though. He was just on the cover. Did he come with it?
Show us it. I don't see what you're saying.
Oh, you don't see what I'm saying?
No.
Damn, bro, StreamYard's really bugging the fuck out. And it ain't showing me. Hang on, guys. We'll get it together. StreamYard's being an asshole. Bong. Did Prophet mute? Oh, he muted himself. Oh, hang on. So this is the Manta.
Yeah, the Manta. Yeah.
Yeah. My bad, y'all. So this is what I was talking about. 1984 Marine Assault Nautical Transport, air-driven, was a mail order thing. Had a machine gun strapped to the side of the, you know what I'm saying? And yeah. We were in Florida at the time, so I was seeing these shits on the beach.
Yeah, that backpack is comically huge.
Fuck. sound horrible. I don't think people can even understand what you're saying.
I mean, I understand what Prophet is saying, but
Okay. I mean, I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully it'll write itself. I think I did. I think I heard someone say that it will write itself after a minute, so maybe it'll stop after a minute.
I like that manner.
The man is dope.
Yeah, a buddy of mine had it when I was a kid. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, I have mine here.
Yep. Carlos said he's good on that. Said I'd rather get. Thank you for saying that, Mr. Magnus, because that is exactly what I want to see, bro. That's what I want to see, bro. And I really hope that's what they do, because I want that stalker, bro. His mask would look so dope in 1/6 scale. It just didn't translate in 1/18, but that stalker with the kayak is a big one. So
yeah, that armadillo would be like the same size as the ferret as well.
Yeah, armadillo would be good. 85 is a great year. We already got the awe striker. We got the ferret. We got the well, we didn't get that exact his tank, sort of, in a way. Yeah. Snowcat, we got what else? We got the porta potty in the form of the battle station. We got and that's pretty much it. So there's a lot of cool shit in 85. I think 85 is going to be one of the funnest years, starting with the armadillo mini tank. I mean, this thing is miniature. Little guy sits in it. Like, this was for, anybody could grab this, bro.
Yep. Small missions, quick in and out missions.
Hop in. Yeah, this is the size of the ferret, basically. Maybe a little bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've got one of those as well.
Yeah. Bomb disposal unit. That was a lot of people had that, like, because that was something anybody could afford. It was probably $3, and that's why they made this whole line of little vehicles. And it's the perfect, like, sub shit for fucking classified, because of the scale and shit. Obviously, it will be really easy to make, really affordable.
These should be released in figure box, just like the pack rats.
Released in figure boxes like the pack rats. Yes, I agree. I agree. Come with little shit. Now the bridge layer, like we were just talking about a minute ago, kind of getting back to that. And this is really not as big as I remember it. Because I had this, and I remember it being more like Mauler size, but it's not.
No, the tank body was pretty much the same size as the Wolverine's tank body.
It's. I was gonna say, this is like the Wolverine body with some parts added onto it.
Yep.
It looks like some reuse, even if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, the bridge layer is real doable as a made to order. And again,
such a fun vehicle.
So fun. Yeah, so fun. And imagine doing it. Imagine laying a bridge between two shelves, on top of a shelf case, two shelf cases. You know what I'm saying, or something like that.
Yeah,
that would be sick.
Extend your displaying area.
Yep, display possibilities.
Tobu is a great looking figure with his little hard top and his little vest.
With his face, he's like, "Hey yo, Bobby."
Yeah. You could have, there it is, Bomb. You have the vamp or something sitting on the bridge, or whatever. A couple of ram cycles. Ferret. Super dope. Yeah. So this. I think the bridge layer will be a made to order. They don't need to HasLab that.
What they need to do is just make all this shit made to order, man. And if dudes get it, they get it. If they don't, they don't. Hey.
Yep. And
no matter,
like you were saying, we need a Cobra vehicle.
Mm-hmm. No matter how big it is. Pause.
Word. Pause. And this is the Mobat, right? Without the motorized, or this is motorized. Yeah.
It's the exact same thing with a different paint job.
Yeah.
So I would love to see the Mauler and this instead of the Mobat. That's just me. I know, don't kill me. I know a lot of people want the Mobat, but that would be what I would prefer. would
When
be
you
the
get
Mauler
this,
and
you
this.
automatically get the Mobac because it's automatically going to be done the same anyway. It's just a color, a repaint.
Right.
Well,
If they made
that's a good
this,
point.
they would make the Mobat as well because it's the same exact tooling.
It's a good point. It's a good point, and it also makes it more likely that this is what that they do make the Mobat over the Mauler, because then they can reuse the shit later, just like they did with the Hiss tank. Imagine the Mobat as a HasLab, and then fucking later they do this hollowed out like they did the snow, the Arctic Hiss.
Yep.
That's how they reuse their tooling. V12 turbo.
And if they want to really get good, make it all radio controlled, man. That's the only thing that kind of stumps my mind with these guys talking about adult collectibles. Why don't
Right.
you add some features in it to make it more adult, like radio controlled vehicles?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like I bought a
The Crossfire I had.
scale RC World War II Jeep, and it fits the biggest city perfectly, and it was only $65.
You see?
Nice.
Why couldn't the Vamp be like that? Why couldn't the Stinger be like that?
Yeah. I mean, but yeah, that's what I think we'll see them doing now that they've got a kind of their bread and butter is going to be the vehicles more than the figures now. Definitely what's going to excite me more now is the vehicles. Like the figures they do will be cool, but nothing's going to excite me like the first few years of Classified. The year 2, 3, and 4, like for example, that was just full of all my favorite characters, and like in my mind I still was thinking, oh my god, there's so much more to do. And so when this year came around and I realized there's not that much more to do. There's more, but there's not that much more for 80s Joes, 80s characters.
Yeah, yeah.
But the hydrofoil, by the way, though, I mean, hey, who knows, man? 610, we're getting an 84 vehicle next year. Said so, and then also BMAX said HasLabs are back. So next year we'll be doing a HasLab that we will get in 2028. Though, you know how they do it. We'll get it in 27. We'll order it in 27. We'll have to pay for it in 27, and we'll get it in 28. So yay, we get to pay for a HasLab next year.
It's still a HasLab situation regardless. Well, the made to order, they don't charge you until it comes on land anyway.
Made to order is better than HasLab because you
Yeah.
can, yeah. In that regard. So the thing with HasLab is that obviously it'll come with a bunch of figures, and maybe it'll come with things like
But didn't they stop that?
the little kits. No, that's what I just said. BMAX said that it's back next year.
Okay. My fault.
Yeah. So them little shits, what were we looking at with the little cross beams and the little sandbags, right?
Oh yeah.
Stuff like that will come with HasLabs, just like the Bivouac came with the Snowcat.
Mm-hmm.
So little stuff like that and
Ammunition
figures will be coming with those. Yeah.
The ammunition depot. Yep.
Yeah, radio control going to trump up the price. I mean, that have to be a HasLab radio control thing for Hasbro, not in reality, but for Hasbro it would have to be a HasLab. Bought the Jada Vamp for $25. RC can be done. Yes, in reality, none of this shit, bro. The LED lights that are in this Dragonfly that I literally never turn on, because when am I gonna just put in some AAA batteries or AA batteries to be drained in a matter of like 2-3 days tops or whatever to just have the LEDs on? It doesn't make any sense. Now, if there was a USB port that I could plug in and keep it lit like the Snowcat's gonna have.
I thought they did it for the Dragonfly. No?
They did not. It is fucking AAA, AA batteries.
Damn.
4 AA's. So yes, rechargeable is now the way, but still, you pop some rechargeable AA's and turn the LED on. I don't know how long it's gonna last. I'm not gonna bother to find out. I think I have batteries in it right now, and I never. Yeah, look.
If they made that Dragonfly RC, man, oh, I would have got that shit. Honestly, I would have got that shit. Because just to see it lift off the ground and shit with Wild Bill in it, and you're flying it around your house, yeah, you might crash into a tree or some shit. Fuck it. but just in that instant of happiness. You know what I mean? Yeah, see? Now imagine that shit was
Yeah,
turning on.
honestly, the lights are best in the cockpit for that thing.
Telling you. If that shit was a RC, oh my god. Because you can buy radio control anything now. I mean, the planes, and they got big ass planes, bigger than the fucking Rattler that are RC.
Yeah, I saw somebody had like it was like 12 feet wingspan.
Mm-hmm.
About
Tyler Perry got a
10
whole
feet long
goddamn
with
hangar filled with them shits.
big bomber.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tyler Perry got a whole big hangar of those shit.
One at a time.
Yep.
A big Tyler Perry
Yep. He
got a hangar full of what?
radio control airplanes and
Oh,
jets.
oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's his hobby.
That's his hobby. Yeah. Yeah, radio control jets and shit are dope.
Yeah.
Now, what'd you say, Prophet?
Oh, I was just talking about one of the RC planes that Raw was talking about.
Oh. Yeah.
But yeah, this is a way they could go with the figures. I made this custom Honolulu West figure. You can see here. She's one of the characters from the cartoon.
Honda Lou.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's in Roadblock meets her in the back of one of her trucks tied up.
Yeah.
Right. So from from 85 we got the ferret, we got the trouble bubble. Easily little shit like that. The armadillo could have been the awe striker we already got. The hydrofoil. So not 84. So the hydrofoil 85. I think this is everybody's most wanted HasLab, maybe. Not everybody's, no, but this is like, I think this is the most wanted, maybe most requested. This is the most I've heard people want as a HasLab is the hydrofoil.
Yeah, because its size warrants the HasLab price tag.
Yeah.
And it'd be nice to get a water vehicle that can host all of my use.
Right, and it can hold a lot of figures, and it's got a stand. The hydrofoil fins, right, that pop out are ready-made stand. So
right, and it could come with little water effects that go under the hydrofoil pieces.
I mean, water effects we know are super dope. Valaverse does them, and they look great from what we've seen. I hope that this is one of the things that Hasbro copies from Valaverse, because they have copied things before. So when indie or premium or off-brand toy innovations come out, sometimes Hasbro it picks up on it, so that'll be cool. This thing's got a spotlight. I mean, it's made to be a HasLab, bro.
Yeah,
but
I was going to mention that Valaverse is giving us like basically the Cobra Night Landing.
Yeah, Cobra Night Landing. So that's what Valaverse does. They got their little night landing boat, and it's got the water effects. So easily could see this pretty soon in the next few years. Because again, what we're talking about tonight, guys, this is all the stuff that Hasbro's going to be putting out, over the next few years, because of the fact that, they pretty much blew their load on the figures, which they spread it over 6 years. I mean, I'm not mad at it. Like, yes, there's a few more to come out, but the main characters have been done. So we're not going to be as excited about characters now, and they know that. So to keep the excitement and to keep us interested, they're going to start giving us more of these vehicles that we had as kids. So that's cool. And this thing comes with a nice little loadout too. Like, this is awesome. Yeah. I loved this as a kid. This was one of my favorite. Out of all the shit I had, like pterodomes and flags and all that shit that I eventually had, my favorite shit to play with was the Ram Cycle and the Awe Striker. The little stuff.
Yeah.
Because it was more playable. I could have more fun with it. I could go outside and roll it around, and the way the Ram Cycle rolled around, it was just better. I don't know. I just had more fun with them little toys.
Right. It's like you set up the bigger pieces and use the little ones to play around with the bigger pieces.
Yeah. Bigger ones ended up being scenery, and these is what you really played with. So Fuck, dude.
Yep.
Fuck my neck up bad last night.
Exactamundo.
All right, so we got the red snake and we got the white snake. So I think the blue snake. This is the one I knew about too, the blue one. So eventually we'll see a blue one.
I
Oh,
thought
the
we were
red
gonna
one
get
was technically the British release.
Is the British one was the red one? Yeah. So they did that for the British fans. That's cool. Mauler.
undo
Also, like the hydrofoil, one of the most requested, yeah, for HasLab. And this, when you do the Mauler, when you do the MBT, the motorized battle tank, it has to fucking be motorized. So far, this was not motorized. The Hiss tank was not motorized. There was nothing motorized on the Rattler. The Snowcat has nothing motorized. So far, what constitutes a HasLab, separates it from a basic toy, is LED lights. So, upgrading to 2 forward speeds, something that drives around that's fucking that huge. It has to push that weight.
And
What do y'all think, man? I'm thinking this shit's gonna be $600, bro.
A tracked vehicle is way easier to do in RC than a four-wheeled vehicle.
That's true,
right?
yeah.
Because you don't have to have an axle with U joints and shit. You just
need
have
2 wheels,
the treads, and
Yeah.
it's just which direction they're going that determines whether they're turning, right?
Yep.
So, that the RC for this would be simple. I think where you HasLab it up is you max out the body size so that you can remove the turret and access the inside, right? Like you could see the seats in there, the gunner position, and all of that.
You don't think
what
you
I
don't
mean?
think just it being RC with 2 seats would be enough for HasLab? Because like I said, we never had anything motorized before. That in and of itself is gonna take up the guts.
I'm just saying, they usually do. Well, actually, that wouldn't.
How do
take
you
up as
hollow
much
it out?
guts as you think.
Well, that's true. That's true. It really doesn't. It really doesn't.
Yeah, an RC motor isn't
Little
that
motor.
big,
Yeah, no, it's not that big.
you know.
You don't need exhaust and all that shit.
Right. Because I have my Arctic Hiss, which is a functioning RC tank. Have you seen that? I'm sure you've seen it.
Arctic Hiss? You
Yeah,
you
made a
turned it into
custom
RC?
Arctic Hiss tank. Yes.
Oh no, I didn't see that. I haven't seen it. Yeah, no, I haven't seen it.
All right, let me bust that out so you can.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah, there's the little switch. I remember that shit. Forward and forward faster. There's your little seats.
Oh, you know what? Rather than do that, I could just share the screen, I guess.
Oh, don't look now. Your echo's gone. Oh, that's because Raw Talk muted his mic.
Oh,
if one of you is
if one's talking, the other needs to mute.
Yeah, that's all. All right, hang on. Oh, I skipped somebody. Damn, I skipped. Wait, where are we at? Oh, we did that one. I wish Hasbro would get a clue and sell us foot stands, head packs, weaponry, blast effects, etc. Yes, accessory packs, foot stands, for Christ's sake, in more than just retro packs. Foot stands are so integral. I think they should come with every figure. I think it's a no-brainer. But let me see if I can add this. I can't add that for some reason. Oh, I have to take this down. There we go. I thought it would automatically.
Yeah. So this is the raw tank that I made it from. This was the RC, I can't remember what it's called. Right? But I turned it into this.
Okay.
Yeah, I used the rocket pods from the Dragonfly because I put the other guns on the helicopter. Did up some decals, but where it gets important is how I gutted the inside to fit classified figures. Right. So yeah, this thing it came out really, really good. You could see there's a snow serpent inside there.
So what you
Uh,
the white piece you installed, you took out something else and put that in, or would you buy it like that? Like what did you buy? What did you make?
all right. So what it came with, the inside that it came with had little seats in it, like that would fit maybe like a 2-inch figure.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
And it was a whole like floor in here and everything. So I had to take it apart and gut it. In order to get it where I could put a figure inside of it comfortably.
Yeah,
Right
it looks
now, I
like
have.
yeah.
Oh, there you go. You can see here.
Oh yeah.
I used the Dremel to get rid of the inner wall here, the firewall, if you will, so his
Yeah.
legs could go up into the hood. And I cut the seats out and the floor out so that I could drop his ass lower into the vehicle.
Right.
I repurposed the controls that were in the vehicle when it was like in its original state and made them into like the control panels and whatnot.
That's wicked.
But yeah, there's the other side you can see. So yeah, I repurposed it, but basically that's the scale. So it's like vamp size,
Yeah.
right? But yeah, if we go back to wait, there it was. All right, so yeah, this like was the center console frame on the original thing. I cut up to that, and then I used some eighth of an inch craft foam to like make his chair in there.
Yeah. 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 Okay. I was gonna say it looks like it. Yeah. You 3D printed a whole cockpit, but yeah, you just kind of pieced it together. That's dope.
Right, right. I scratch built it. Yeah,
And what did you paint it white?
no, the body was white. All I did was
Okay.
add the Cobra decals to it.
Right. Okay.
Right, a couple
And
of which
you
I'm
just
pretty proud of actually. Where's the one that I'm most proud of? Let's see, that one right there.
Arctic Hiss. Yeah. Yeah. So you just called it the Arctic Hiss, and now they have an actual Arctic Hiss.
Right, right. But when I buy that Arctic Hiss,
Are
I'm
you
going
gonna
to paint it black and put the 001 on it
right?
with the parts from the HasLab Hiss that made it look like the OG Hiss
Yo.
tank. Right, so like the old
All right.
school
Yeah.
tread covers, the old school canopy, and the old school gun on the top.
Right.
Right, so then I'll have a Hiss tank that looks like the original 001 Hiss tank, and I'll have the 788 Hiss tank HasLab.
Okay.
But they'll both be black with the red trim. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. 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 That's dope.
yeah, I don't plan on using my Arctic Hiss tank for the Arctic. In fact, the only piece of the Arctic Hiss tank that's going to stay Arctic is the driver because he'll replace the Snow Serpent in here.
Yo, let me let my son in the door. I'll be right back in like 2 minutes. Show them some more pictures. I'll be right back.
Awesome. But yeah, this is just one of my favorite customs. Worked out pretty good. Everything in it came out really smooth. My little Arctic squad is looking good so far. That's No Serpent will be standing out here with him once I get the Arctic Hiss, so its driver could be inside. I definitely plan on picking up that Arctic 3-pack as well for the Saw Viper and the what are they calling it? The Drift Viper. It's basically a repainted Night Viper. Oh, that's the Stiletto. This is like a custom plane that I did out of a Lightyear plane. But everyone's already seen this. They see how it scales. But it does fit a figure inside without any alterations, which is good. So all I had to do was pull it apart and paint it and slap some stickers on, and it's all good. I'm going to probably add some missiles to it because it's not very G.I. Joe without a million missiles hanging off of it. But still a pretty cool plane. I bought 2 of them. We're walking in a winter wonderland. That's fun. Let's see. There's my custom. This was a Bat Cycle, but now it's Road Pig's custom bike. And you can see I built a seat onto the back of it so Zorana could ride with Road Pig. And incidentally, when I took the bat skull off of it, I was like, oh, the front end was going to look terrible. But then Road Pig's shield fit perfectly on the front and even has headlights. So that worked out pretty good.
Yeah. Roadblock, what
But
up, man?
but yeah, customizing vehicles is like, people are doing it like crazy because Hasbro hasn't given them to us.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah, I
once
mean it's
Hasbro
inevitable.
starts giving us stuff, we'll stop making it. Or we'll stop making something else.
Exactly. Roblox said they're doing exactly what they did in the 90s, start doing weird shit. Yeah, for figures, that's pretty much where they're at now. So it's gonna be weird shit and repaints and teams, Night Force, maybe shit like that. But that's why they're leaning into the vehicles now. So that is
Well, they
actually not a bad thing.
They did hint at Eco Warriors too, which is not for me.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, and then there's people that love all that stuff too. So it's not doom and gloom for everybody, but this is for all the people who really have been devastated, really, because we had such a good thing going. Classified was so great, and when it kind of felt this year like it was coming to an end because the way Yojo June seemed and everything, and because the figures that a lot of us grew up with as kids in the 80s, which is what most of us that collect are Gen X, and so, we kind of feel like the line was ending, but it's not the line ending. It's they're getting to the end of all the figures that we grew up with. And so now that they've done that, they're going to start leaning into vehicles, because that's the only thing to keep us Gen X collectors, us 80s kids excited, is now the vehicles from the 80s. Once you do all the characters from the 80s, you start doing the weird 90s shit. There's some of us that are still going to be excited and still into that stuff, but for the bulk of the mass, the large, bulk of the majority, word I'm looking for, of the classified collectors are from the 80s, and so, I think 80s vehicles are very exciting, because there's so many vehicles that are not only small, but some, and not just vehicles, like my man said, the jump pad and all the the little bivouacs and all the little, little play sets, little tiny stuff. That's going to be the price of a figure. So very cheap, and they can really start doing that now. If they started dropping that stuff on us when we still wanted, the eels or fucking, Buzzer or some shit like that, we would have fucking rioted in the streets. But now that we've got all those characters that we need, they can start doing this stuff, and we'll actually be excited for it. I mean, this was one of the coolest things. And that's easily.
Right. Well, because most displays, you don't start with the backdrop. The first thing you decide in the display is what your centerpiece is going to be. And in a
Right.
G.I. Joe display, the centerpiece is the figures. So you can't give us like the props for the photo before you give us the subject.
Right.
That's why they did it in the order they did, I assume.
Yeah, exactly. And for the good. Like, for the good. Mr. Magnet said my toy shop had the Punisher with the black chopper. By the time I got there, it was gone. Ever seen a grown man cry in a toy store? Yeah, the Punisher with the black chopper. That's what I got my Dreadnoks on. That black chopper, and then I got one on that one. I got one on the Wolverine one, and then I got one on the Ghost Rider one, because they pretty much did the same bike, just 3 different colors: black, blue, and red. So I got Torch, Ripper, and Buzzer on those. But
right. Man, I wish I would have grabbed that Punisher bike. I missed it.
It's like you can get it on eBay pretty cheap. I think probably $40 or something. And
Really?
they sell it without the figure. Yeah, because that's how I got mine.
The bike by itself. Yeah, that would be a great way to go about it.
Yeah, that's what I did. I went on eBay because, that's what people do with those. They split them up and they sell the figure and the bike separately. Good for me. I don't want the figure.
Yeah,
I didn't want that Punisher. That. Yeah, that's how I got all the bikes. I got them. I bought them separate.
That Wolverine bike, like Torch sits on that thing perfect.
Yeah. Oh, I got Torch on the Ghost Rider one with the flames.
Well, I don't have the Ghost Rider one. So
oh yeah. I got Ripper. I got Ripper on the black one with the handlebars. I got the Wu-Tang logo on and the shit, an Anarchy sign I painted on it. It's dope. And then I got Buzzer on the blue and silver Wolverine one because he's blonde. He looks better on the blue. And then I got Torch on the red one with the flames, obviously. But Torch.
Yeah, for me, Torch is on the Wolverine bike.
Yeah, that's right, Magnus. The figure, it's like almost they don't care about the bike. That's why they're cheap on eBay.
What's
Yeah.
eBay? I'm back.
The Punisher, like you know how the Punisher came with the motorcycle, and they had Wolverine with the motorcycle.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So you can go on eBay and just buy the motorcycle because they'll sell the figure separately because they can get more for it, and then they can still get a little something for the motorcycle. And that's all I wanted. So for me, it was cool. Two Ghost Res bike, but I need that chopper for
A
Zartan.
lot of times, I wish you guys would approach me way ahead. If we all met each other earlier, y'all wouldn't even have to want for shit too much, because I would already have all that shit. I had a toy store, literally, had everything. All the He-Man, Motu you want, different versions of the Motu. I had the Origins and the other one. I had all the McFarlane stuff. Um, had Fortnite figures. I had every action figure that came out from 2019 to 2020. What 5? Yeah. And I had them in abundance. All the Transformers these guys are looking for, that's just like high price. I was selling them for the low because I was buying in bulk and getting stuff in bulk. You know? Yeah, sometimes, you gotta push forward. But that bike right there is sick. I like how you hooked that up. And you threw the wool on there.
Yeah, I chromed out the engine parts and the spokes and shit because they're solid black. I haven't finished doing it on this one. I just started it on this one because it's all red and shit. But I did the wheels and the engine on that side. But that's how it. This is how it comes.
Yeah.
It just comes all plain red like that.
Which they should.
Even the wheels are red like that. I painted the tire black, and I put the chrome fork.
Yeah, because it's based off the comic book. So
yeah, exactly.
The iconic comic cover. And,
Right.
Yeah. But
all right, so let's see. All right, let's ride through these right here. We got the silver Mirage. We could definitely see that coming soon. Snowcat, we already got it.
Yeah.
By the way, yeah, let me look at the Snowcat real quick. So, you see how small it is? Two guys in this real small in the cockpit.
Yeah.
And look this the Joe is literally taller than it. Literally taller than the fucking Snowcat. Well, no, I guess they got him elevated up a little bit.
Yeah,
but he's as tall.
Yeah. Almost.
He's as tall.
Almost.
Yeah. But they're pretty small. It's pretty fucking small.
I mean,
right.
Even
as a kid, I was playing with this with one hand.
Hold on. One of you got let me mute Raw Talk. Go ahead, Prophet.
I was just gonna say, even as a little kid, I was playing with this with one hand.
Oh right, yeah. It's about the size. It was small. Yeah, it was definitely more like a regular size thing, like the Thunder Machine, like the Vamp, even, but a little bit, with a bigger back and stuff. But the way that it was in the cartoon, the Joes were like climbing all over. It was way bigger than them, and you could fit like 4 dudes in the front. So they scaled it up. In the cartoon, or they scaled it down rather for the toy off what we saw in the cartoon. I remember that shit. I remember thinking, this is not what I see in the cartoon. This shit is way bigger in the cartoon, and I remember feeling that heavily about the Snowcat. So when they're doing the HasLab, bro, the cartoon scale, like big, that shit is dope to me. And I think, maybe I'm not alone in that. I haven't heard a lot of people saying that, but for me, it was like obvious, and because I watched the show a lot. So I don't know if anybody else thought that, but for those of us who were dismayed by the smaller toy than what we saw in the cartoon, the HasLab is fixing that and giving the proper scale of the cat.
Well, with the cat though, if you look at it with the figure, because I have it, it it scales well. I mean, it's not like the most giant
Yeah,
figure.
see here it is with them all the guys on it and shit.
Yeah, it's decent.
Yeah, but it's like the guys kind of swallow it up
Mm. Yeah,
instead of it being, them being like it being this huge thing.
yeah. It's more like it's shorter than the high speed Sentry. The Hiss tank. Well, it's
Yeah.
not the Hiss tank. It's the high speed Sentry. It's the Hiss Cobra Hiss. It's not a tank. Um,
Let me see if the commercial got it right. The commercial changed the scale, made it smaller.
but look at the figures on the vehicle.
Yeah, they made it way smaller. See, if you go to cartoon, look how small it is. So if you go watch Sunbow cartoon, and when the scenes with the snowcat in it, it is massive.
Yeah,
It is huge.
when they
And
when
it
they
is not like
broadcast
this.
energy transmitter from the movie, and you measure it up, yeah, it's bigger. Oh man, this commercial is dope.
I know.
The
Hold on, mute one. Raw Talk, mute yourself so he can talk.
Okay.
Go ahead, Prophet.
the mass device in the cartoon was like the size of like a house. Like it was really, really
Yeah,
big.
right.
Right. And then when they made the like build a figure mass device, it was like smaller than a his tank. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? So it's like, how much is really needed in order to get the point across, of what
Right.
you're trying to, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't necessarily have to be as big as you saw it. Because like the headquarters in the comic books, the headquarters in the comic books scales with the toy because
Yeah.
it was like a temporary base they would airlift in to like hold a point in a battlefield or whatever, right?
Right.
But in the cartoon, it was this massive Pentagon-sized building. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah.
the front opened up and all the tanks and choppers would fly out of it. But yeah, that's all. It's sometimes the scale can be, tweaked,
Yeah.
and you still get the point across, right?
Yeah.
Now, this is a place that I'd love to have in
Oh
classified.
god. Yeah. I mean, it fits the armadillo in it and the fuck dragon. No, what's it called? Oh whoa. Skyhawk. Dragonfly copters transport platform to battle on land or sea. Oh. So it says 4 dragonflies hook onto this thing and carry it. Ain't that some shit I never knew? Right here on the box.
Yeah, like in the comic books, that was how they airlifted in the GI Joe headquarters, not just the tactical battle platform, but
Right.
the headquarters was that way.
Right. No, I had this too, and I don't think they can make it in. I mean, yeah. I mean, listen, if Hasbro's smart, bro, in the next 5 years they do start making shit like this. I don't care if they make it modular and maybe you have to buy 1/4 of it at a time, if in case you only want 1/4 of it, whatever. Maybe however they have to do it, but if they want to keep us involved for years to come, this is how. Because, once we have everything, motherfuckers are fiends, bro. We plastic crack fiends. We will buy the next fucking dope. They'll figure it out. That's what they're learning right now. The figures, okay, we're done with the figures. Okay, well, let's start getting these vehicles out quick before they really lose interest. The flag, forget about it. Never happened. Don't even look at it. Man, let's look at that shit. God damn. Fuck me. It was bigger than me, man. by 89, it was I had probably one of the platforms, the tower, none of the little parts, definitely not the microphone thing. I don't even think I had the boat part from underneath. I just had like one of the platform pieces and the thing. Like that's how rough I was with my shit. I did not give a fuck. I had no thoughts of saving it for the future. None of that. I do not own a single toy I had as a kid. Not one, not a scrap. Which is sad because my pops even kept a bunch of my Kenner Star Wars stuff because that was the first shit I ever had before G.I. Joe came out. When I was really little. When my dad really bought it for me before I was too old to know what the fuck it was. And he actually kept it for a long time and then lost it when he moved from Chicago. Yeah, but it was, yeah, so that sucks. But yeah, all of it's gone. It's all gone. It sucks. Man, this thing was flat. Yeah, I remember that too. There was nothing under it. And when I see like how they make the one now with like the big platform, all the layers and shit, that's cool. But
the best mod I saw was G.I. Joeberg. They took like and made a big baseboard out of styrofoam so it actually floats on the water. They actually took it out onto the ocean. Like the real ocean. I like couldn't believe it. I'm like, wow. You guys are nuts, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I got to start getting ready for work, so I'm probably going to jump out here.
No, yeah. All right, bro. I appreciate you.
But yeah, thanks for having me. And
of course,
have a great one. And Raw, now
I
won't be interrupting you anymore, man. Have a great one.
Take it easy, Prophet.
Good night, bro. Yeah, this little stuff like this. Oh. Now I'm echoing. Now I'm echoing. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, let me read. I'll be right back.
All right. Once again, you're here with the Serpentor Supreme Roar Tour. Now that sounds corny as shit.
Check. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, classified scale one. Yeah, 1800.
Oh,
yeah,
I mean 1800. Just the tower.
The tower. Yeah, the tower.
Yeah.
Which
the
yeah, people. It's people that'll pay for it. It's people that'll pay 1800 for that shit. I'm not buying $1,800 worth of no toy, but that's
I mean, it depends. Again, it depends on if you had that type of money, then you like freak it.
Well, and when the His tank came out, I said the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But by the time the Dragonflake came out, I've bought every HasLab since.
Yeah.
And I didn't think I would ever, spend that much on a toy. I didn't think, but now, like, so I evolved. Maybe I evolve later. Maybe I evolve more. And yeah, when I do start making more money, my limits on what is feasible will definitely evolve as well.
Yeah.
My biggest gripe about the
habit with
underside was hollow. Yeah, you couldn't flow. It was definitely no way to. Oh, you had the plastic liner. That's a good idea. What'd you say, bro?
No, I said me. I have a habit of like I'm impatient to an extent. So if I'm paying my money, I want my shit in a timely manner, and I want a guarantee of the, estimated date, the time.
Oh yeah.
I need to know that. I can't just give you my money and then you say all of a sudden, oh, we gotta extend it. Extend what?
That hasn't happened yet. So far, every HasLab has come out pretty much, within a year. But they I haven't had that issue, and maybe that was how I felt at first. But it's Hasbro. When a lot of these premium companies, a lot of these third-party companies, they get ambitious, and sometimes they do offer something that you pre-order or something like that, and then later, or it takes years, or it never happens, and then you get your money back years later. So shit can happen like that. But with $1 billion, with Hasbro, you don't have to worry about that. Like, they're gonna make it. They're not gonna.
I mean,
they've already decided before they sold it.
Make it. It's just the shipping part of it, because there's mishaps, coming from China and stuff. Stuff gets stuck, or stuff. You know what I'm saying? The tariff thing happened.
That's with anything, but that's with pre-ordering anything though.
Yeah, yeah, true, true.
But
But
paying up front that much money is a lot. It is a lot.
yeah, you
That's
know,
a lot to ask.
I could have bought some other action figures or some other shit in the meantime that I really, really, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Well, the Conquest, man, I think the Conquest is one of the best bets for HasLab or for Classified rather, because it's smaller than, this is more closer to the size of the Rattler than the Sky Striker is.
Oh yeah.
So I think this is more likely to be a HasLab than the Sky Striker in 6-inch scale. I'm just throwing that out there. That's just me. What the fuck do I know? But that's what I think. This thing would be fucking amazing, bro. I would love to have this. Is classified though. I'd buy this in a heartbeat, in a fucking hot second. New York Minute, they told me this was a HasLab. Take my 350 now, sir. Fuck. Yeah, the Conquest was it. But we're gonna kind of skip a few things now because we're kind of short on time. But the Raven, I mean,
Raven is up.
one of my favorite things. But at the same time, I still felt the way about the Raven that I felt about the other bigger stuff. As a little kid, it was too big for me to really play with. Like I could play, like it was there, but like it's fucking huge. As a little kid, it's as big as the Rattler is to me now. I'm like this with it.
Yeah, it's still huge as an adult. I got it over my head hanging, and this
Right.
thing is about this big, and it's like, and it's more delicate because of the plastic and all, being over 40 years old. But
Big M, what up? Yeah.
it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a massive thing. Oh, and you can't see what I'm talking about right now, man. God damn.
If they happen to make that for a HasLab,
This whole time I'm trying to show y'all shit.
the credit they
Damn, bro.
deserved on the HasLab shit.
You ain't telling me you couldn't see the Conquest, man?
Oh no, we was just talking, man. I ain't know. You
Oh, I was literally looking at this shit. I'm sorry, guys. I thought you could see what I could see. Amateur night. Here we go. Look at the Conquest. Isn't this dope?
Yeah, but I showed the actual Conquest in hand, so
Oh, did you? I see. I couldn't see what you were. All I could see was my screen. So you showed it. Thank you. All right, that's dope. Well, here it is on the screen. Yeah, I think this though for me is
Yeah, it's a bad boy, man. That one of the dopest jets in the Joe arsenal, man.
Hell yeah.
Definitely one of the ones.
No, when I went out and came back in to fix the mic, it took the screen down. I didn't see it because I can't always see all the screens at the same time. I got a bunch of shit going on. But here it is from the underneath. I mean, that thing was just cool, bro.
Yeah, man.
And it had some type of motor or gears or something underneath. What was that? What's underneath? Why does it have these gears? Right. These. What is that? Landing gear? Oh, okay, landing gear. Okay.
Landing gear. They're just showing you the
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, that's wicked.
I think I got this for my birthday. My wife bought this for my
Follow me.
1 year.
Oh, okay, dope.
22. She bought this for my birthday.
Nice. Yeah, that's and that's about the size of the Rattler, right?
Let me reach for the Rattler. It's kind of fun having this stuff at arm's reach. So.
Yep. Fuck, look at that. It's almost fucking the same length, maybe a little longer.
The Rattler's a little shorter.
Yeah. I mean the Conquest is a little longer. Yeah.
But it's wide as far as wingspan.
It's got a longer wingspan. So yeah, that's what we see as that. Yeah, we're not getting a Sky Striker. We will get this. I guarantee that.
Yeah, you're gonna get the Conquest.
I guarantee that. Like I fucking know. No, but I think we will get that over the Sky Striker.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, it's manageable. I mean, if
It's manageable.
It's Striker, it'd be kudos to them. And I think it'd be a big accomplishment to do that. And to get out the way for the diehards who love that Sky Striker. I mean, I got him in the back.
I mean, it'd be $500, and it would be unbelievably massive.
It'd be worth it, honestly, if they do the right things. Give you the extras in it.
Yeah. God. Well, according to 610 Joe, there's no plans to do any 83 vehicles next year, so we won't be getting the Sky Striker yet. But yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Strike.
I mean, and then it comes with the parachutes and everything. I mean, this was such a fun thing. This was
Yeah.
Sky Striker is one of the best
It's
toys
iconic.
ever made. It's one of the best toys ever. I'll say that, bro.
Top Gun
Like I
took it to the
yeah,
next level too. You know what I'm
one of the
saying?
best toys ever made.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Hands down.
Fuck yeah.
Look at the
Hands
look at
down.
the shape of it. Look at the. It's just iconic. It's like one of the main things in the American arsenal at the time. Come on,
Yep.
man. You actually seen those things fly above you in shows and stuff like that?
Yeah, bro. And like you said, Top
That
Gun,
ain't
just
tripping. Over
forget
here in
about it.
New York. Yeah. Yeah,
I hear fucking Kenny Loggins right now.
man.
Highway to the danger zone.
Yeah. That's what it was. You know what I'm saying?
What?
That's what it was.
And look, Ace
Yeah.
with the parachute, bro. The parachutes was what fucked me up. I was like, really?
Yeah, I got mines plugged up in that joint.
Yeah.
And
That's
they're
awesome.
now they're like really to get a nice one in good condition
Right.
without any paint the
Fuck.
ink or whatever peeling
Uh,
off the ink.
okay.
Hard. It's hard. But that shit is dope.
Do you have a Sky Striker?
Yeah, it's hanging right up here.
Do you have a parachute?
Yeah. That's right.
Nice.
Yeah. I got 2 parachutes.
Yeah, it comes with 2. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, that's a good that's a claim right there, bro. That's a
Hell
flex.
yeah,
Sky
man.
Striker is it.
When I got it, my big bro, he was like, "Yo, you want one?" And then I had to complete it because he gets a lot of stuff incomplete in this market that when we're on a hunt for collecting for the old
Yeah.
ring. So
Yeah.
I had it completed. I got it piece by piece. Went to this local toy show in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. They used to have a lot of Joe meetups
Right.
every year and stuff like that. And I would go digging in the bins, and in those bins you find treasures, man. That's why if there's any toy show and they got extra stuff in the bins, just like at Joe, I'm digging, man. I love that. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, his stuff is all the original 80 stuff.
Yeah, mine is the 1/18th or say the 3.7 yeah.
Yeah, 3.75, yeah. 118, same thing. Gives me toys, what up?
O-rings. Yeah, I stick with the O-rings. Got rid of the
Yeah.
classifieds long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
listen,
classifieds,
we gotta.
I'm not gonna shit on them. They're great. I just
Oh no, I know.
it wasn't registering in my brain correctly anymore. It was like I already have the O-rings and I want to expand on my world building abilities with it.
Right.
So I can't do that and collect the
Dividing your budget. It's dividing your budget.
Yeah, and it's on the same type of figure.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And you already had such a massive O-ring collection to begin with, so to kind of just it's like one or the other. You definitely was going. For me, I didn't have no Joes, so it made more sense to get in on the ground floor with something. But now that I have that, man, I'm definitely starting to get into the 112 or to the 118 to the real shit that I had as a kid. And I have a lot of O-rings, maybe 20 or more or something like that, but nothing complete yet. Definitely no vehicles yet. I got a redone his tank, the blue one, but it's just done like 5 years ago. But this thing would be cool as shit. This could easily be classified easily, very cheap. Like the fair.
They didn't come out with these. I got 3 of these joints.
Yeah, this is definitely on deck. I think that's yeah.
I gotta fix
Yeah. Recon, the low crawl vehicle, the LCV, the Recon sled, man. That's definitely a cool throwback right there, and I think that definitely comes out. Just to kind of flip through the rest of these, because it is 10 o'clock and I do have to work in the morning. We got the Havoc, we got the Tomahawk, definitely a big one. The Dreadnought versions of shit started coming out. You had the Dreadnought Air Assault, you had the Dreadnought Vamp, the Ground Assault, you had the Dreadnought Swamp Fire.
Yeah, I
Obviously, the Thunder Machine. Now we know we're getting Cobra Battle Station, the surveillance port. You had the battle station, the Law, the LEW on the Joe side,
Yeah.
the Outpost Defender that had the little thing on top. Then 87, it starts to get a little weird. You get the Cobra Buzzbore, the Cobra Jetpack, the Cobra Maggot that came with a really cool figure that I hope we get Worm. The Cobra Mamba, which was really cool looking, very weird. The Pogo, which was apparently a retooled Star Wars toy, which reused Star Wars toy. So that never got done, but I don't know. I heard, but Cobra Sea Ray, that was again something else. The Wolf, that had a really cool driver. The Wolf, Sea Ray, all these things had amazing drivers. Crossfire, I had as a kid. I had that because that was the first
Radio
RC
control.
one. Radio control, yeah, the Crossfire was cool as shit. I really remember playing with that a lot. The Defiant, I didn't even know existed. Never knew the Defiant happened until later, so I don't know what was the deal with that. Mobile Command Center, that's your tackle box that came out. Tackle box playset. Yeah, that's probably not happening. Persuader is a possibility easily. The Road Toad, yeah, Slam, Battle Force. I don't know that they do Battle Force. That's a whole thing. Eliminator, the Marauder, the Sky Sweeper, the Vector, the Vindicator. Battle Force would be a cool thing that they dip into, and that's something that again they still haven't touched. So Battle Force is still to come, guys. Yes, and I definitely had all the Battle Force figures. I didn't have all the vehicles. Yeah.
I got
So Dreadnought Skiff, Dreadnought Cycle. We had the anti-aircraft, little motorized. Here's where they had little motorized action packs: the Earth Borer, the helicopter, the mountain climber, the pom-pom gun, radar station,
mini
little rope crosser. Yeah, the rope walker. Those are cool. Those were a lot of fun to play with. Who knows? Do they do that for classified? I think they should. More little stuff for 88. We had the little adder. Then we had the battle barge. That was weird. Cobra bug. That was super duper weird. The Cobra imp is easy. We could definitely see an imp coming soon. The stiletto was cool as fuck.
Yeah.
That could definitely happen. Desert fox. Why have we not? Maybe we're gonna get that pretty soon since we're doing desert stuff. We're gonna do snow stuff and then kind of move the desert stuff. Mean dog was cool. That was like some Mad Max super weird shit. I don't want to give anything the spotlight because I'm trying to wrap through these pretty quick. Oh, now we got some internet interference. We're gonna go skippity scop, bippity bip bap boom. All right, there we go. Phantom X19, that was fun. RPV, Rolling Thunder, probably not. Skystorm, definitely possible. Swamp Master, definitely possible. Warthog could be definitely made to order. Cobra Gun Nest, you got the little twin, little radar stuff.
Yeah.
More motorized battle packs.
Yeah.
The axe, you had the double gun, you had the minesweeper, the mortar launcher, the little Cobra copter, little gyrocopter.
That was their
Yeah.
gyrocopter, the real one.
Real little one, yep. Oh, we had remember little ATV, little three-wheeler.
Yep, I got
Fuck.
a couple of those. Yep.
Yep, little tank car. Damn, that shit. I don't even remember. So the Iron Grenadiers is here. The demon. I think the demon definitely needs to happen as a HasLab. We got the despoiler. That shit could easily be a wicked ass HasLab, man. It's got lights on it. It goes up, it goes down. Forget about it. That was my pick of the year. I thought HasLab was coming this year. For Demon was coming this year. Then we got nothing. So hopefully we still get a Demon. I think a Demon's a no-brainer with all the Iron Grenadier shit. The spoiler already out. Obviously, you change scale. Maybe not.
It'd be huge.
Maybe not.
Huge.
You make it small. You make it small. Yeah, you'd have to make it small as the despoiler, like that body piece right there, and then you put the wheels, and then it's just all stilts and wheels after that.
Yeah.
It's a small thing. It's just it looks big,
Yeah.
puffs up. The driver's cool as fuck. He would be awesome. Then we got all the Night Force shit, man, and obviously you start painting everything. We got already black. Tiger Force, they started doing here. Class of 89, this is where it kind of ended for me. This was the Cobra Condor, the Arctic Blast. The Crusader was a giant spaceship no one talks about. The Mud Fighter, the Raider, the Thunderclap, Night Force, Night Boomer,
Yeah.
which was awesome. The fucking all-black Sky Striker. Are you kidding me? I didn't know this existed.
Night Boomer. Yeah.
I don't know where this was. Toys R Us exclusive or something, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
It had glow in the dark labels, and it was all black. Bro, I never knew this happened, dude. It had a tinted cockpit.
Yeah.
You got this one?
No, I don't have that. My big bro got that one.
Okay.
That shit is worth over $600, $700.
Wow. Yeah, this had to be rare, bro. And honestly, if they do a fucking HasLab, make it the Night Boomer. I don't know, bro. That shit kind of dope. I don't know. So Night Force ATV, the Night Force fucking manta ray, bro. See, this is why you do the hydrofoil, because then just how they did the Hiss Tank HasLab, then you come and do the Arctic Hiss later. Without the HasLab guts, they can do that with the Night Force foil.
Yeah, my big bro got this one too. I got the other ones. I got the.
Yep. And you do the Conquest, you get the Python Conquest. That motherfucker was hard.
Shark.
That shit was hard. And then all these little Marauder joints. Then you get into the 90s, and then that's where our show kind of ends. But not because there's anything against the 90s stuff, just because it is 10 o'clock and I gotta take it down. But listen, I think, man, it's about to be a dope time.
Stu was up in the chat. What up, man? He made it to the spotty spot where he needed
Uh-oh.
to be.
What up?
Yeah.
What up, Stu Diggy?
Yeah, man. Everybody in the chat, what's up? Pack Rack 2K7, Carlos Salinas, Monkey Dave. What else? We got Gibbs Me Toys. You know, everybody that I didn't see earlier. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. You know, we appreciate your time and sharing with us. You know, and on this journey of collector, being a toy collector, being a fan of these things, man. There's no wrong way to collect your toys, unless you break them.
Unless you break them.
You know.
What? Stu Dog's back?
He was in the chat. Stu.
No, he's on camera now. I mean, he's on the show now.
Oh. Oh shit, he's on.
I did not know about that. That Night Striker.
Oh, the Night Striker. I know. I ain't know about that.
Shit hard.
That shit hard. He had to pop in for the Night Striker.
Yeah,
well, all right, y'all.
They gotta bring that out.
Or he had to pop in for that Night Striker.
Yeah, they gotta bring that out. I'm sorry. If they don't give us nothing else, they gotta give us that.
I gotta call it. I gotta call it tonight, man, guys. But this has been like a 3-hour, literally a 3-hour show. That's 3 hours and 1 minute right there. But and it's a weeknight too, and I gotta work in the morning. God damn it, y'all had me going. This was a great show, man, guys. Thank you for joining us tonight. Everybody in the chat. Big shout out to my brother Stu Dog, Raw Talk, Profit Director, for coming in, man, for another dope conversation, man. Fellas, as always, I appreciate y'all bringing the knowledge and the laughs every single show. Huge thanks to everybody hanging out with us in the live chat, whether you agreed with us, whether you disagreed, whether you had us changing our minds or we changed yours, man. That's what makes these shows great, is hanging out and chopping it up with the homies, man. And that's what y'all are. Y'all are the homies, and we kicking it, man. So tonight we talked about something I think that's bigger than just the next reveal. The figure era may be reaching its natural finish line, but I truly believe the vehicle era is just getting started. And if that's true, we're about to witness the next chapter of the G.I. Joe Classified together. So keep your eyes on Hasbro, keep your eyes on us, man. We'll be talking about it as we go. Keep an eye on your wallet as well, man. Be safe, and we'll see if our predictions end up becoming reality. If you enjoyed the show, hit the like button. If you're new, please subscribe, and we'll be doing this every Wednesday and Saturday at a minimum. We do kind of go live every night, though, every few nights or something like that. But share the stream with somebody else. It helps the channel grow. And until next time, guys, we'll see you guys. Peace.
Be water, my friend.
Collecting ain't a hobby no more, it's a habit. Welcome to the toy trap feed, gotta have it. Reno and Stu, real plastic crack addicts.